Hey everyone, this is Neil Napier here. Just give me a very quick shout out if you can hear me all right. Give me a quick yes as well if you can see the screen too. So one or two to let me know that you're good. Okay, we are good. Mehran, good to see you. Ron, Lee, Terrier, Patricia, Philip, Sumer, Lawrence, 1 and 2. And so for anyone wondering, is this live or not? If I'm calling out your name, if you're commenting, yes, we are live indeed. Christina, Lynn as well. Hey Lynn, good to see you. Actually, I'm going to try and be on camera for a little bit. I'm a little bit tired. It's been a long day, but I'll try and see so that you can see me as well for some time at least. Okay? Can you see me as well? Just say just say see you if you can see me, because you already said yeses, and there are tons of yeses here too. Awesome. Or you can say yes, whatever. It's easy. I'm easy. Okay. Fantastic. So I've got like multiple screens over here. So I've got one screen over here, one over here, and then my camera is right in the middle. So if I'm kind of looking here or there, do understand, okay? It's not I'm ignoring you, I'm just looking somewhere else for the time being. So we did a session yesterday. We had, I think, what, over 400 people or something, which was crazy. It was really packed. And what happened was that we had closed the door. Of course, when people get in, we closed the door after a while, and some people couldn't get in. So as soon as I finished the session, I went back in to our support desk to see if someone had any problems, and there were like 10 tickets waiting, people saying, oh, we couldn't get in because of like GoToWebinar would say this webinar is full. So I've decided to do this encore, and this would be the final time that I do it most likely. I want to make sure though that I go to the training that I did yesterday, plus show you a few other things as well that I couldn't show yesterday. So, I mean, yesterday's session was almost 3 hours long. I don't think it'll be that long today, but even if it is, I want to make sure I covered what I did yesterday and then some more as well today. So as I keep saying, just engage in the chat. Make sure you let us know where you're coming from. We've got Marvin, Andre, and Ijlal in chat. So if you have any questions, they can answer those for you if I can't. And Ijlal, of course, is the creator of this software, which is Content Gorilla 2.0. And of course, as you can imagine, I am going to be giving you a walkthrough of Content Gorilla 2.0. But, and this is really, really important to mention as well, this is not a support webinar. This is not a full-on technical walkthrough, which means I won't be clicking everywhere and telling you, okay, this is what this button does, and this is what that button does. That's not the goal of this session. The goal is to help you execute. You didn't buy Content Gorilla 2 because you just wanted to go write good content. You bought it because you wanted to write good content that makes you sales. So that's what I'll be focusing on today. I'll be focusing on your end goal, which is sales, which is lead generation or sales. Now, disclaimer here, I do tend to talk a little bit fast when I get excited. I'll try and remember to slow down a little bit as well. But if at any point you have questions, is there something that you don't fully understand, please ask. I'll be more than happy to explain as soon as I see it. Right. Now, that being said, the session today is about Content Gorilla 2.0, and that's why you got the invitation. That's why you're here, because you purchased CG2, and I promise you that I'll get you on a bonus session and show you how to turn this into a 6-figure machine. So that is the goal today, to help you maximize your results with CG2, and I'll call it CG2, it's easier, and build automated and profitable and sustainable content creation and marketing plan. And I want you to stick around until the end, because you've got a free gift for you, which is an unreleased social traffic software. So a free gift that is an unreleased social traffic software. So make sure you stick around until the end for that. Now, when I started preparing the slides for this session, I really thought about what's the best way to teach people about content marketing. Like, should I just go inside the tool, click a few buttons and say, this is how you use Content Gorilla? I mean, if you want that, you can go through the tutorials. The tutorials, as I'll just quickly show you, someone did ask inside our Facebook group as well. There's like an entire knowledge base section here that covers a bunch of tutorials that you can use to see how to use Content Gorilla. So when I was creating outline for this session, I wanted to do it in a way so that you actually get good value out of it, to the point that when you go away from the session, you don't just feel like, oh, cool, I learned something new today, but you feel inspired, you feel excited that I'm going to implement this and I'm going to get results with it. Like, I want you, it's Friday right now, I want you to spend your entire weekend doing nothing but implementing CG2. That's what this entire training is based on. I want you to execute, I want you to get results. So when I thought what I could teach you, I thought my journey has been really interesting. So this is what I'll talk about. and again, this will be relevant for you as I'll show you, how I made my first $1,000 by creating content for other companies and how you can do the same. So if you wanted to start an agency, if you wanted to build a business by creating a content for other people, we'll talk about that in part 1. Part 2, I'll talk about how I went from $1,000 to $100,000 selling software that I didn't even create myself. I'll give you a full case study breakdown of how I was able to use content marketing to generate 6 figures selling a software that I didn't create myself. Number 2. Number 3, I'll talk about how I became a top affiliate and vendor on JVZoo, making over $5 million in the last 7.5 years as a product seller. That's like top 0.1% of people that are on JVZoo, and there's thousands, like I think 60, 70, 80,000 people on JVZoo that sell at some point or have sold. I'm in the top 0.1% of that. I'll show you how I was able to do that. More specifically, you will learn today on this session insider secrets on how to get instant traffic to your blogs via, it's a secret social media, forget about that, using the pillar push framework. So this is something that people like Neil Patel, John Loomer, the big guys use, but now with Content Gorilla 2, you can use this as well. So I'll show you what that framework is briefly, and I'll tell you how you can implement that. Then I will show you how to use the CG2 app to drive a lot of free traffic, leads, and sales with just 15 minutes of work every day. I really don't want you to do a lot of work with CG2. I want you to focus instead more on your customers, because the content part is actually really easy. So I'll show you how to do that. Then I'll give you a clear content marketing plan that can help you go from 0 to 1,000, from 1,000 to 100,000, and if you want to, from 100,000 to $1 million. That's annually. That's up to you, but this is annual. From 0 to 1,000, or 1,000 to 100,000, and then 100,000 to $1 million every single year. So I'll give you some extra tips and tricks for that as well. But if you stay until the end, it says for 10 people. We had actually offered it to 10 people yesterday, and that is gone. So I'm going to cross that out very quickly. It's not supposed to be 10. It's supposed to be 5 now. We have 5 remaining, and you'll see when we come to that at the end. But for 5 people, I will give you an opportunity to partner with us so that we can drive sales for you, so that we can help build a 6-figure business for you in 2021. We rarely do this. Like, we do this sometimes, like once a quarter, we'll put out something like this, and it just goes away very, very quickly. So last night as well, when we showed this to people, we ran out of seats very quickly. So I've had to change up the offer that I made at the end a little bit for you, but it's still strong. But just that, know that it's not something that I can, it is something that's going to help you get results. Let's leave it at that. But you'll see about it when we get to it later. And we have got some surprise prizes as well, which I forgot to give away yesterday. I'll still give away them for yesterday, but I'll also give them away for today as well. So remind me. Now, if you don't know who I am, my name is Neil Napier. I've been an internet marketer. I've been in online marketing for the last 8 years or so, since 2012. And I actually started my journey to replace my job, literally. So that's my, well, now he's like 2-year-old, but that's like he's less than 1-year-old at that time. This was in Estonia. We were traveling last summer when we could still travel, right? Seems like 10 years ago. But yeah, it was a really good summer. And I got into this business to replace my job. So back in 2010, I actually got fired from a very comfortable job. It's a bit annoying, but I was working for a software development company in England, and they were developing software for banks. So in 2010, we had some really bad whiplash from the 2008 financial crisis. So in 2010, they were firing people, and I was one of the people who lost my job, partly because I was new, but also because I was a little bit lazy. So on that day, I realized 2 things: that, hey, I can't put my life in the hands of an employer, in the hands of one employer. So since then, I haven't worked a single day in a full-time job. I've done side gigs here and there, which I'll talk about in a bit, but I've never done a full day in a job. And hopefully, with what I'm going to show you today, you won't have to either, right? Hopefully, after today, you build the processes and systems so that you don't have to be a slave to the machine either. Okay? Oh, someone says slides are not changing. Sorry, I'm going to do that right now. I think my screen was paused. I'm really, really sorry. Isla, I just saw your message. You can stop me next time. So yeah.
Yeah, I didn't want to interrupt.
No, it's okay. Jerry, is the sound working for you now? Is the sound working for everyone? Just say yes if the sound is working.
The sound seems good to me.
Okay, good, good, awesome, cool. Sudeep, I think Ijlal or Marvin or Andre can respond to you in a second. Okay, good. Sorry, yeah, you missed all the slides, but it's okay. I'll cover them again later, no worries. I won't go back just yet. So I got fired because I was not in control of my job, and also because I was a little bit lazy. So I said I'm never going to work for someone else, but at the same time, because I know I'm a little bit lazy, I like watching my Netflix. I'm going to make sure that I create systems around what I do so I don't have to work. Like, it's funny, I was having this coaching call today with someone else, and he was, I was helping him explore his why. Like, what does he do that he does? What's his North Star? What's his why? I asked him, and he didn't know, but we helped him find him. But then I explained to him what was my why. And my why is that I want to be in control of my time. I don't want anyone, and that actually includes my wife, to tell me what I should and shouldn't do with my time. Just kind of a difficult line to traverse if you're married, you know how that goes. But especially in work, I don't want anyone to dictate that, Neil, you got to be there at this time. If I choose to, I don't want to. But at the same time, it shouldn't have any effect on my business, right? So that to me is what drives me forward, because if I have that free time, I can spend my time with my family. I can spend more time with them. That's my goal. So in 2010, like I said, I transitioned online to actually freelancing, and I'll explain what I did in a few minutes about that. It was really interesting because I was literally working for $4 an hour for quite some time. So that's, again, living in the UK. If you know that, that's this shit salary even in 2010. So in 2012, I started creating my own products. So 2010 to 2012, I was just doing freelancing for most part. But then in 2012, I created my first ever info product. That did $17,000 in sales and $4,000 in profit. It was the most money I had made in a week ever in my life. $4,000 in a week is a pretty good amount. So I knew that the market was good and I had to stay in there. And then 2013, I created my first software. I say I created it, but I actually bought the rights off of someone else, as I'll explain later. So I didn't do that by myself. I just leveraged what someone else had created. And now for the last 8 years, I had built a software line basically, which cost me a lot of money. I mean, we spend, close to $500,000 every year in just HR. Just HR. It's ridiculously expensive, but also it's profitable, But I can tell you, my biggest wins, the most profit that I made has come from selling software that I didn't even develop. Content Gorilla 2.0 being one of them. I didn't actually develop it. Ijlal and his team did. And they've been working on it, since its first inception, since CG1. That was back in June 2019. Even before that, for 8 months before that, they were working on developing it. So I've had the most success selling things that I don't create. And this is not as an affiliate, by the way. I'm not talking about affiliate marketing. I'm talking about still selling things as a vendor. And that's what I'll show you today. How to become a vendor and then use content marketing as a way to drive organic traffic over the long term. And trust me, when I say the system works, it works crazy good. In just 2020 alone, and this year has been crap. This year has been really, really bad. I mean, we've had pandemic, lockdowns, millions of people losing their jobs. Fortunately, though, we've had a pretty good year financially for us, to the point that we have done now close to $2 million in sales. I actually think last night, let me just see. So I took this yesterday, and I want to show you real time what this is at. And again, I'm not showing this to brag at all. I guess this is my way of saying that, trust me, I know what I'm doing. Right? Trust me, I know what I'm doing. Let me just show you this. 1 second. Okay, we're not quite there still. So this is an app that we use to centralize all our PayPal and Stripe payments and such. And this is just as a vendor. This is not even as an affiliate. This is me selling my products that I've created or created in collaboration with other people. So we have done now $1.89 million, and it's possible that in a couple of days, we'll hit 2 million. Why? Because on average, our daily revenue is $5,751. $5,751. Now, just so you know, back in 2010, when I lost my job, I was making that in 2 months. It would take me 2 months to make $5,700. Now we make that in a day. Selling info products, selling software products, just that. Like no affiliate marketing, no services included. Just that alone. So again, the model is profitable if you execute it. And as I said before, I do it not because I want to get filthy rich. I don't even care about money. I just put it in savings and I don't look at it again. I'm terrible at investing. Like I'm really, really bad at investing. But I do what I do because I want time freedom. I want to be able to be fully in control of what I do, when I do it, and whenever I want, I can just skip out of work, go spend the day with my kid, and just enjoy it. Like that to me is what life is about. And again, your outlook on that might be different. That's okay, as long as you know what your why is and you keep working towards that. That's what I want you to do. I want you to make sure that you are actively working towards whatever your goal is. Because at this point in time, we are at a cusp of a very big change. I'm just sending an email while I'm doing this, so you're seeing me kind of looking elsewhere. Okay, done. We are at a cusp of a really big change. As I said, 2020 has been a terrible year for most part. It's been a really difficult year. I mean, I know people that have fallen ill badly this year, people that have died. It sucks. And in terms of finances, in terms of you and I, we're at the cusp of the biggest transfer of wealth. The last one happened in 2008. I mean, you probably saw some companies, becoming really big after 2008, like Netflix. It was nowhere, back in 2008. After that, it became so big because of their model. Airbnb is another one, or any of those car ride share companies became really big. It was a big transfer of wealth. These nerds came from nowhere in Silicon Valley, suddenly became overnight billionaires, right? Now it's happening again. Why? Because we're in a recession. Anytime there's a recession, people's outlook on life changes. They start introspecting. They start wondering, okay, this career that I'm in, is it actually really that good? What if I wanted to do something different? What if I wanted to try out something different? That's why I've had a really good year, because people have been turning online more and more to seek for help. And of course, we are fortunate enough to be in that position where we can offer that help, where we can say, hey, look, we've got what you need, let us help you. So selling and learning digitally has just fast forwarded during these lockdowns. And the thing is that people that are getting unemployed, people that are losing their second job, third job, they are literally going to Google and saying, how do I make a side income? How do I get extra money? How can I work 4 hours a week, like Tim Ferriss said, and still make good money? Again, literally the coaching call I had with this guy, bless him, he said, oh, I want to make, $200,000 a year. And I asked him, how much are you making right now? Zero, 200,000. That's where he wants to go. It is possible, but again, it just takes a few steps, which is what I'll show you today. Now, here's a disclaimer which I'm required by FTC to kind of lay out for you, but I will walk you through a very specific system that I'm now using myself and is bringing me consistently great results at the time of this webinar. My results are certainly not typical, and there's a good chance that you will not get the same results. However, I am happy to show you what is working for me, but for free for this one, but I do appreciate that it's not for everyone, and that's okay. Now, let's go back to CG2 for a second. What problem does Content Gorilla 2.0 actually solve? Let's address the elephant in the room. Now, you didn't buy this because you wanted to create content. Like, sure, on the surface level, you did, but why would you want to create content? Maybe for better branding, maybe for more traffic, maybe because you want to generate more leads and sales. So the reason for you buying Content Gorilla 2.0 is for better branding, for more leads and sales, and for more automation. All these things help you save time, make money. That's why you got CG2, to save time and make money. Content marketing is a vehicle to do that. It's a really good vehicle. As I'll show you inside the system today, it's been built in such a beautiful way that the engine, the chassis, the wheels, and everything, they work really well together. It works in cohesion. That's what CG2 exists for. Because I have tried in past to outsource content creation. Sometimes I've gotten lucky, but even with the right creator, after a while, they get bored, they get tired, something happens, something changes. and they just, their work isn't that good anymore. I'm paying for debt. But with a good software, you're always consistently getting good thing. You're always consistently getting good output. Now, again, I'm not trying to sell you on CG2. You already have that, right? I'm just trying to remind you why you bought this. You bought this because it would save you time, it would make you money, and you'd be able to build authority while you do that. That's why you got CG2. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay out my journey in front of you. I'm going to bare my soul, as it were, and I'll show you exactly how I use content marketing in my business from day one and where it's at right now. So it's a 3-phase journey, and I want to get into it. But again, I want to make sure you're still active, you're still here with me. So type in a 3 if you're still with me, if you're still active, grab a sip of water, and we'll dig our teeth into it. Okay? Let me try. Hey, Kim, yeah, I remember you. Okay, you took care of banking. Yes, you do. Kim, yes, you do. That's fine. I'll have you covered. The offer has changed a little bit today, Kim, but because you were there yesterday, because of the banking issues, yeah, it's okay. Okay, cool. I think we have, that's fine, Goran. That's perfectly okay, mate. We have a couple 100 people now. That's really good. All right, let's keep going. So phase 1, I'll start with this. How I made my first $1,000 with content creation. Now, this is not a magic bullet. This is literally grind work, and you need to do this. In fact, let me ask you this right now. Who here, just type in a 1 if you have not yet made $1,000 online. And be honest with me, I'm not going to call you out by name, I'm not going to make you feel bad, but just be honest with me if you have not made $1,000 yet. So let's see, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. It's about 12 already, 15, 19, 20, 25, 32, 33, okay, 38. Wow, you can stop. It's okay. Now, it's okay. I understand. I really do understand. Now, listen, if you haven't made your first dollar online, here's the problem, and I'll tell you very honestly. You are buying a tool without understanding the fundamentals of why you need that tool. Content Gorilla 2.0 will help you speed up content creation, will help you speed up success. But if you're not directing that content towards the right thing, there's not going to be any success, right? If you're not following the right process, the right steps, you might as well do it manually, because at the end of the day, it's not going to make any difference. So I'll tell you this, and I'm going to be blunt. This is, let's call it tough love for a second, but this is what you need to know about making your first $1,000 online. The simplest, and I'll give you this golden pill, right? The simplest and fastest way to make your first $1,000 online is to exchange time for money. Now, I know I said this before, I hate doing it. I couldn't work for someone else anymore. I didn't want to do the grunt work anymore and just get paid by the hour. But when I started out in 2010, that's exactly what I had to do. My friend told me, Neil, you like writing content. Why don't you go to Odesk, which is now Upwork, and you register as a freelancer and you just sell basically content writing services. Now, I can tell you that $1,000 is a small amount. Like, it may seem big if you haven't made it yet, but $1,000 is quite small. If you do things right, you could literally make this in a day, if you do things right. Now, I completely understand that you're here to build a business, but if you have made $0 and if you have zero experience, the fastest way to make money online is finding clients that need content, creating custom content using CG2, delivering that content, getting paid, and if you want, offer additional services for social media syndication on top. It's a simple plan. And again, if you have made $0 online, it is not beneath you to go to Fiverr or Upwork or something and sell this as a service. Like, it is completely fine to do that, right? If you are at the stage where you haven't tasted success, it's okay to take the hard route. I would advise you to. It's wise to do that, because if you keep clamoring onto the hope that, oh no, this magic system is the one that I need, I'll click a button and it's suddenly going to fall into place. It's not going to happen like that. It doesn't for anyone. I don't know what to tell you. I know you've read sales pages where you're literally told, like, press this button, get traffic, get money. It doesn't work like that, especially if you have had no success. It works for me now because I have enlisted people. Like, literally, I have to send an email, and I'll show you what that would look like. So if I send an email now, this is what I could make. Right, this is between, like, as a seller yesterday and today, as an affiliate yesterday and today. Let me show you another one of my accounts. Okay, this is again as an affiliate. So push button works, but trust me, it takes you like a hell of a lot of time and effort to get to that push button stage. Right? All these gurus that are telling you about how much money they're making, they're not lying. Like, they probably have made that kind of money. But what they're lying about is the fact that how much effort it takes to get there. And all of them, and I genuinely mean all of them, started with some kind of service. So please, if you haven't made your first $1,000, it's not beneath you to go and offer content creation services to someone else, just to get the taste of it, just to get some results under your belt. Because if you do this, if you were to deliver a piece of content that pay you $7,500, a couple $100, not only will you feel good about it, but that's also a case study. I mean, hey, you could use that as a case study to teach other people in the future. That's what I did. Back in 2010, my very first job was writing content for someone else. So there was this Australian guy who hired me to do content creation for him. And just in the first, like 1 month, I couldn't work with him for a very long time, because it was difficult. But just in the first month or so, it did about, let me just check. It did, I did like $157 from just one client. And that's pretty bad. It's really bad. But look, if I hadn't done that, I wouldn't be where I am right now. That's the God's honest truth. I come from a middle-class family. They still don't understand what I do. But if you do this, you'd be in a position to get some results. And again, this is what I'm talking about. This entire industry is not based on theory, it's based on results. And if you have zero results, you're gonna have trouble selling. I see a lot of times, I see like coaches who are like, hey, I've signed up this client for, no, coaches, sorry, Facebook advertisers. I've signed up this client for Facebook ads, but I don't know how to run ads. Can someone help me? It's one thing to, like, entrepreneurs do this. Entrepreneurs are the people who basically sit inside a plane that is not fully ready, fly it, and then start building out the plane as it's flying. That's the analogy that they use. It sounds cool, but the thing is that it doesn't actually work in real life. You need to have some experience, you need to have some results to show. So if anything, please start with this. Don't be embarrassed about it. If you haven't made your first $1,000, and again, there's about, from what I can see, 60 of you here, from what I can tell, it's okay to just say to someone, to a friend, to someone who owns a blog, to someone who runs a business, hey, can I create your Facebook post for you? Can I create your blog post for you? Charge anywhere between 15 to 50 cents per word. When I was working as a copywriter at the end of my freelancing stint, I was getting paid $1 a word, literally $1 a word. So think about it. If I would write a 2,000 word sales page, take me about a week, I get paid $2,000, and I left it because I wasn't enough still. But that's as much as you can make when you get to that level. Again, that's a bit of tough love, but I mean, hopefully this lights some fire under you. What I will do though is I will go into CG2 and I'll show you how to do this. I'll show you how to create content inside of CG2. Again, this is not meant to be a full-on tutorial, right? This is meant to quickly show you at a glance what you do. Kim, awesome. That's great. Cool. Okay, let me just go. I think I need to open this one. Oh no, here we go. 1 second. Okay, so this is Content Gorilla 2. When you log in, you see this dashboard. You can basically see all the videos that are kind of latest and greatest. Then what you do is you start by, let's say your client was to pay you. I'll go to Fiverr right now. Actually, before I show you this, I'll show you Fiverr demo as well. Let's say you wanted to do content writing. So you could, depending on your level, you could charge different amounts. So even this guy, he's doing a content piece for $50. This one $50, this one 75, this one even $100. Let's go for this one. Let's go for like level 2. So this person will write a blog post for you of 500 words for $75. That's Sarah. So she's basically charging 15 cents a word if I have my math right. If you wanted to raise the number, that's 175. Wow, expensive. 2,000. Okay, 375. So it gets expensive. As you can see, it scales up, right? But all she's doing is she's focusing on one focused word. She's doing some topic research that she claims, and then she's also going to do references and citations. So it's a good thing. Like, it's a very good thing the way she's doing these articles. You can do the same thing. You can absolutely do the same thing, and this is how you do it. Let's say you wanted to write an article on how to lose weight without exercise. Let's say a client gave you this difficult article to write, how to lose weight without exercise, and you would choose Creative Commons. I would always advise you to, because you have permission and rights to commercially use this content. So you can basically extract it and then sell it forward. That's okay. So let's pick one of the posts. I'll find somewhat of a long video, because that's my hope, that we'll get like a long form content. Okay, this is good. 10 ways to lose weight without dieting. Perfect, just perfect. I'll go to create post. It takes about 10-15 seconds. We get this post right here. And honestly, you know, with this one, it doesn't look that great to me just as yet, because as you can see, there's no full stop, there's no punctuation at all. Like, I'm not too happy with how this looks. But again, this is what YouTube gives us, so we have to work with this. So we've got this feature where you can click to add punctuation. It takes a couple of minutes, and we can automatically add all the punctuation in there. We can't create paragraphs for you, but we can add punctuation for you. Like, look, now there's full stops, commas as well as you need, so everything. So I'm just going to do this. Let's just do this, and I'm going to create paragraphs quickly. There you go. There you go. Right. So now the content is a bit more readable, and you know, you can just fix a grammar via here, or I'll tell you there's another free program you can use as well. Like, if you're very perfectionist, and that's okay to be. There's a program that I use called Hemingway app. It's completely free. You just go in there and you paste your content, and it tells you, like, for starters, readability about your content, so you can improve that as well. But it also gives you suggestions on like mistakes and such. Okay, so that's something you can use, and then copy the content back in here if you wanted to. If you wanted to change it a lot, you could use the spin feature. So you would click there, and you would automatically spin that content so that you can change a few words here and there. Right? This would allow you to make your article different enough. It's up to you whether you want to do it or not. Like I said, you do have permission to commercially use this content. That's okay. But you may want to change it enough so that it has some of your own voice to it, in which case you add your own sentences as well. Spinning takes a few more minutes because we have to do a lot of back-end processes. But then, as you will see in the end, we get an article which is still above 1,000 words. And I want you to over-deliver. Like, if you promise your client one piece of content, give them 2. Like, hey, I wrote 2 of these for you, pick one, or pick both, I don't care, enjoy. Because you want your clients to feel amazing for the work that you've done. You don't want them to feel like you're nickel and diming them. So for starters, you're going to give them a really good deal for the work that you will do, and then you will give them double the work because they trusted you. That's the way to retain clients. That's the way to keep clients. So I'll wait for this to get done, and I'll go back to the presentation as well. I can come back to it later. But this is basically how you build, you know, a business to $1,000. Like, do one of this 1,000-word article, and even if you're only charging 10 cents per word, you get paid $100. This will literally take you 10 minutes to do, to fix everything, to get it out to a client. And if you were to do 10 of these, $1,000. If you want to scale up, take on more clients, and deliver what we call pillar content. So I'll show you this in a few minutes as well. But pillar content is more expensive because it's better, but it's also much, much bigger. If you do pillar content, you can expect to get paid thousands of dollars in one go for one article. I'm talking like $1,000, $2,000 per article minimum. So that's what you do. Okay, so let me know if that is clear for you. Give me a quick 1 if that is clear for you. Or phase 1, because this was phase 1, right? Give me a quick 1. Good. And again, for those that really want things to be different, it's okay to put in a little bit of your own text in there as well, because at the end of the day, you do want to have the content to have your own voice as well. If you don't, it's going to, after a while, feel very different. Like it's going to be like, I can't believe I wrote that. So it's okay to put in your own little bit of spin as well. And you can put in links at the bottom for your own affiliate products or your own services, whatever you want to do. Okay. Again, if you use Creative Commons videos, there is no breach in copyright. Someone's asking, is there breach in copyright? You can use the content commercially if you go for videos that have Creative Commons license. Of course, for every video you can go check, but for almost all videos, they do recommend that you link back to them. So if you are using the entire content as is, please link back. It's the sportsmanship thing to do. It's the right thing to do. Don't just copy content and say, screw you, YouTube video owner. Give them a link back. You don't have to embed the video, but give them a link back. It's a nice thing to do. So please do that. But it's okay if you were to use videos with Creative Commons rights. Okay? Cool. That was phase 1. I'm going to jump on to phase 2. So phase 2 is about making 6 figures a year or $100,000, however you want to see it, with a product that I white label. So of course, I'm going to walk you through my story, but hopefully it gives you some ideas as well as to what you can do. So again, we made $1,000, $10,000. Scaling up to that is quite easy as well, because all you have to do is really get more clients, get bigger work. We'll talk about the bigger work now. But listen, I don't want you to become a contractor forever. I don't want you to really go into freelancing forever. This is just my way of telling you that making money is easy. If you haven't made money yet, you're probably doing the wrong thing. Simple as that. So back in 2013, I launched this product called Plagiarism Avenger, and it ended up doing, in the end, $111,000 in the end. The start was kind of rocky, but I'll tell you what happened. So it says 14, but it's actually 13. So I mixed up my year when I was writing this. But in 2013, I was really into WordPress sites. I'm not anymore, because now I've realized like there's a world outside of WordPress sites as well. But for blogs, WordPress is still really good. So I found a developer back in 2013 who was actually creating a copyright checker plugin, right? So he had created a plugin. It wasn't called Plagiarism Avenger, it was something else, which I can't reveal the name of. But what that would do is it would help you find if your content was copyrighted somewhere or not. So I tracked him down. He had already done over 6 figures in sales in 2 weeks that he had opened up. He had already done 6 figures. So I bought the product. It was $47. I bought that, and also bought some upsells. I can't quite remember exactly what I bought, but I bought that. It was such a cool product idea. And the thing is, at that time I was doing a PhD, so I thought, hey, I could actually give this to my friends as well. Because when you're doing a PhD, when you're in academia, you want to make sure no one's copying your content. You want to make sure no one's breaching copyright, especially in that case. Like, yeah, if you're a content owner, if you're writing blog, makes sense. But if you actually are doing PhD work, you want to make sure no one's profiting off your name, because they're very strict about that, like really strict about that. So I thought it was a good idea. I talked to him. I convinced him to give me white label rights. Now, if you don't know what white label rights, did you know, by the way, what white label means? Give me yes or no. No, if you don't. Yes, if you do. I think most of you should. But if you don't, it's okay. I can explain as well. Just want to make sure there are a few of you here. So white label basically means that you have the opportunity to completely rebrand the product, change the domain name, change any links, anything inside the product that would otherwise be recognized as theirs. So I white labeled this product and I called it Plagiarism Avenger, because back then the Avengers was a big film, and I was like, oh, I hate plagiarism, I'm going to make this plugin called Plagiarism Avenger. So I had to pay him $5,000 up front and about 20% of the profit share that I would make from this. Not all profit share, but after I had made $5,000 back, then I had to pay him 20% of the profit share. And he would handle all technical support. Like if I had a customer coming to me and saying, hey, Neil, this plugin's giving me an error with my WordPress site, can you check? I would just say, yes, I can. And I'd pass it over to this guy and he would check it. No one would know he was involved. Only I would know, but he would do all the heavy lifting there. But I had to pay like 5K and 20% for that. So I took the plugin to Mark Thompson. Mark Thompson, some of you may know, may not know, but he's a really big marketer. Like he was a big marketer then as well. It was a big thing for me to partner up with him for a product launch. So I convinced Mark. I think he just liked me as a marketer. So I was able to convince him to recommend my product. And he was able to help me bring it to market. We did about $30,000 in sales though. And I can tell you that that guy was like, often doing 6-figure launches in a week, easy. Like that was his staple. That's why I went to him. But this one did $30,000 in a week. It was bad. It was really bad. And I'll tell you why that happened. The product idea was really good. Like it's really awesome, as you can imagine, but it doesn't have that broad appeal. It doesn't have that big appeal that a lot of other products do. So it just didn't sell very well. So what I did is, instead of just giving up and saying, oh, this sucks, I had made my money back by then, just about, because after you pay affiliates and partners and everything, I had made my money back. I could have quit then. I'd be like, screw it, I'm done with this. But I carried forward. I used content marketing and I was able to get it to 6 figures in 8 months. And this is just by running blogs. No YouTube content. I wasn't doing YouTube back then. I didn't have a camera even. Like I think my phone was an old Nokia phone, didn't have a camera in it back in 2013. But just blogging, doing blogging, I was able to get up to 6 figures in 8 months. That includes the 30K that I had originally made. But then I actually sold that and made another 30K in cash by selling that entire business. So the business had made 100K in 8 months, but because a lot of it was one time, the valuation wasn't very good. The valuation was pretty crap, but I was still able to sell it. And I was able to make $30,000 for that. So that was quite exciting as well. Now I did this using content marketing, using what we call pillar post framework. I'll show you this very quickly. I think yesterday I talked about it for like 20 minutes. I don't want to spend too long on that, but I will show you very briefly what that looks like. But just so you know, back then I did everything by hand. There was no software to help me automate content creation. I had to literally write each and every piece of content by hand. It was tiring, really tiring. So see, here's what I can show you. When it comes to creating content, most people go with this approach. Most people basically say that, okay, if you're going to create content, we'll create this one article that will rank for keyword 1, then we'll create another article will rank for keyword 2, another article that will rank for keyword 3, so on and so forth. Now, it's a good system. It's not a bad system. You will definitely get traffic if you do this. Like I can guarantee you, you will start ranking in Google for some keywords. You'll even end up on page 1. You'll get traffic. Congratulations. But none of that traffic is going to convert. Why? Because when the traffic tries to look at other articles, they all will appear to be different because there's no commonality in all of them. Like maybe there is, like, you could write articles about how to lose weight with vegan diet, how to lose weight with carnivore diet, how to lose weight with this and that and this and that. But none of those articles are going to be sort of really heavy hitting. So you'll get traffic, some traffic from Google over time, but number one, you're not going to get instant traffic because keyword ranking can take time. Number two, that traffic is not going to convert. So this is what people typically do. And it's a bad strategy when it comes to content marketing. The strategy that does work is creating what we call a pillar post. And it is exactly what it sounds like. A pillar post is something that will define your blog, your business, even. Neil Patel does one of these a month. I think he's a bit crazy the way he does it. But a pillar post is something that will define your business. So for example, if I had a blog about how to lose weight, these small posts would be how to lose weight with a vegan diet, how to lose weight with a carnivore diet, how to lose weight with intermittent fasting, so on and so forth. The pillar post would be 30 days, a 30-day meal plan to lose weight. And then for each day, there'd be a different meal, full recipe, and it'd be a gigantic article. I'm talking between, in my case, like if I was to do pillar content, it'd be between 10K to 15K words. That's 10,000 to 15,000. Each of these posts gets like 500 to maybe 1,500 words. But the pillar post is just massive because this is the one that truly builds a trust and drives the sales for you. The only job then of these posts is to get traffic from Google and push it back into the pillar post. So pillar post is like your trust building salesman. These are just the appointment getters, the people that set up the calls. Like, okay, hey, I can pass you to my sales guy. This is a sales guy. And if you have like a 10,000, 15,000 word long post, it's literally going to take people 1.5 hours to read. They're going to bookmark it. In fact, I'm sure you've done it too. Like, think about this. If you've ever been to a blog, or let's say even a YouTube video, have you ever bookmarked it before? Have you ever, said, okay, I'll read it later. I'll save it right now. I'll come back to read it later because it's a gold mine of information. You've probably done that with webinars as well. Type in a yes if you have, because that is what we call a pillar post. It's something that people just are like, you know what, this is awesome. I have to tell everyone about it. Then they tell their friends, like, hey, if you want to learn about SEO, there's like a free mini course from Neil Patel. It's like 2 hours long. It's free. Go ahead and read about it. It gets shared all the time. So it's literally an ebook, but in a blog format. Okay, it's literally an ebook in a blog format. That's what you are doing in this case. That's your pillar post. If you want to create one of these inside of inside of Content Gorilla 2, this is what you do. Okay, content spinning is done. So if you want to create this inside of Content Gorilla 2, this is what you do. So let's say if I was to search for how to lose weight. Again, I'll search for videos with Creative Commons license because that's what I want. Let's say I'm going to add this to tray. This is one video. I'm going to add this to tray. Let's go to next. Let's add a few of these, which are long as well. Like I want to build okay, this one too. I want to build a long video, right? A long post actually. So let's go and not this one. Let's go this one and one more, and then we'll stop. My kid's just crying. Apologies for that. So let's go with this one as well. So if I didn't have 5 videos to trade, then I can go up there. And this is part of the unlimited version, by the way. So if this doesn't work for your account, it's probably because you don't have the unlimited version, just FYI. Okay. So you will click on view tray and you will see like all this content. You're going to click on create post. It takes about now a minute or so. But what this does now is it goes to all these different posts and it brings all the content together under one roof. So now, as you will soon see, you've got a gigantic recording. Okay, so if I go here, for example, now, look, this is a 10,000 word blog post, and that is good. That is really, really good. Of course, as I showed you before as well, there are some punctuation issues. You can click this button, add punctuation, you can spin content, and you can also fix the grammar by clicking down here. If you wanted to, you could, for example, right here, find an image. So let's say if I wanted to add images, I could say lose weight, search images, and cool, this looks good. Let's post this over here. And let's say another one I can paste over here. This is what you do. You build out your entire blog post like this. Now, truth be told, this is not going to take you 15 minutes. This is going to take you a little bit longer, maybe even 3 to 4 hours. But this is the money maker. This is the big one which defines the focus of your blog for like the next 3 months. I recommend doing one every 3 months. If you do this, then for the next 3 months, all your effort will go into driving any traffic that you can get back into this post, because this is the one where leads will convert. This is the one where people will buy from you. And you can have like links everywhere across the article saying, hey, if you like this, go check out a program, which is only $1 to join. Something like that. But that's your pillar post. Pillar post can make you a ton of money. All these small posts, like I said, they will get traffic. For sure, they will get traffic. They will rank in Google over the next 3 months, 6 months, 12 months, but none of them are going to make you money the way this post will. None of them. That's the big thing. Let me go back to the presentation. So that's the pillar post framework. Again, I didn't want to go too much in depth here, but you know, if you follow this, then 100K is achievable in 12 months, which is good content marketing and creation. Like that's what I did. For Plagiarism Prevention, for example, for a quarter, I would write about how academics can save, can make sure their content stays relevant, because if other people copy it, it becomes irrelevant. So it was focused on content marketers, for example, stuff like that. So again, please make sure that you are actively, this is important, you are actively doing this. Like literally the process is 1 pillar content in a quarter, and then every week a new smaller content piece, which is more focused on ranking on Google. The pillar content is more focused on the customer journey and building the trust, building the know, like, and trust, and then selling to them. So that's phase 2. Again, this is exactly what I did, and it worked really well. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, Neil, okay, you made like $111,000. This is really good. What's the net profit there? Because revenue means nothing. Revenue is useless figure. What's net profit in all of this? Well, net profit is a little bit like this. See, if you were to use affiliates, which we quite often use as well, this is how it works. If you were to use, let's say, JVZoo or Warrior Plus or ClickBank, you'd pay approximately 5% in fees. You'd pay 3% to PayPal or Stripe. To affiliates, you would usually end up paying 50% commissions. So if you're making $100,000, you'd end up profiting $42,000. But if you were to use content marketing, you still pay 5% network fee, you pay 3% in PayPal or Stripe fee, but now there are no affiliates. There's no paid traffic. So your fees there is 0%, like literally 0%. So 100K in a year basically will net you $92,000. And that's why CG2 was made. Because you don't need expensive content writers, because you don't need to outsource everything. All you need to do is use the CG2 software to create good content and do that regularly. Does that make sense? Type in a yes for me if you're still with me. Rahul says, can't hear you. Can you hear me? I think you can hear me. Rahul, I think just check something on your end, mate. Christina, roughly how many videos do you have to choose for the pillar blog? It depends on the length. If you get like 60 minutes worth of length, that's enough. 60 minutes is pretty awesome. 60 minutes is like more than enough. And again, folks, it all comes down to how often you do this. Look, there's no, you're not going to be surprised when I say Neil Patel, for example, has made far more money than I have in marketing and selling online. Neil Patel has made far more money than I have in business. And that's because his content game is just like 10 levels above mine. But this is what he does. He builds up pillar content. That's where he sells. And that's where you get the social traffic. You know, these little posts that you write, you're not going to get a lot of social traffic because they're so niche down. They're not really going to get people excited. If you want to get people excited, you need these long pillar posts. That's what you use. All right. So that was phase 2. Let's move on to phase 3. If you're ready, type in a 3 so I know you're still with me. Like I said, I always need to make sure that I'm carrying people with me. I don't want anyone to get left behind. Cool. Phase 3. Will we see you making more? Yes, absolutely, Matthews. And Matthew said we shall see you making more. I think I missed that. Okay, cool. Now, phase 3 is making more than $1 million every year. Now, this is something we have done since the 2013 year. Even though we started then back in June, we had a really good year. We hit $1 million in gross already. And every year and since we have done at least $1 million in revenue. This year has been exceptional, as I showed you earlier. We will most likely cross $2 million by Monday, if not sooner, in the year. So I want to show you how to do $1 million every single year. And again, this is kind of why I feel I'm in the right place to show you that. See, when you want to get to $1 million every year, then you want to start thinking about scaling up, because that's really what it is. And you scale up in many different ways. You can, for example, use, of course, we talked about, when it comes to traffic, we talked about content marketing, and you scale up content marketing as well. So for example, let me show you this. I like this when I showed this yesterday, and I'll show you again. So this is a pillar post that you write, right? So then you will do, let me just move this around a bit. Okay, let me copy it. So you will do another pillar post, and then another, and small pieces as well, not just a pillar post, but this is your entire 2021. Like literally, you have 13 weeks. 1 week you put like a really long post, and then for the next 12 weeks you put a smaller post that point back to that one long post. And then you do that 4 times a year. That's how you scale up with content marketing. Simple. I mean, people that do $1 million a year with just content marketing do a lot of other things. I'll tell you this little case study. So I had a coaching student a couple of years ago that reached out to me. They were in e-commerce. I didn't work with them past the year because I don't really do e-com myself. So there's a bit of disconnect, but they reached out, they were doing e-commerce, but they were selling sex toys. Now, if you're selling sex toys, you can't really use advertising on Facebook. You can't advertise on Google or YouTube. It's not allowed. Even mailing can be a little bit difficult. Email marketing can be difficult. So they reached out to me because they knew I had experience in content marketing. And they said, Neil, what do you think is the best traffic source? Should we go advertise on, there's naughty sites? And I said, hey, do content marketing. Simple, do content marketing. You're going to rank. They did. And within about, I think it was like 8 or 9 months, they crossed $1 million in sales. And just so you know, if you're doing e-commerce, if you're doing ads for $1 million in sales, you need to spend like $350,000 at least. They had to pay outsourcers back then for writing content, but their cost is much lower, less than half of that. So their profit margins were higher. So yeah, it can definitely work when you have no other option, when your Facebook accounts get banned, because advertising is fun, advertising is good, but you're not always in control. The problem with advertising is the day you stop running ads, profits stop coming in. That's the big drawback. Affiliates and partners are good as well. I love them to death. I think the people I work with, Ijlal being one of them, is like, it makes my life so easy, but I also pay them like 50%. In this case, I helped bring Content Growth 2.0 to the market for Ijlal, and he had to pay me 50%. But before we did this, he was doing content marketing. He's been doing evergreen marketing for CG1, and that's been selling, every single month without me being involved. And he has made more money that way than working with me. So that's important, right? Just giving you some insights. So that's what you do. If you want to go further though, you can develop your own products as well. Now, I won't recommend this outright right now because number one, product development can be costlier than you know. Like if I could go back, honestly, if I could go back, I wouldn't develop the products that we have developed in-house because they're super expensive. They just are. There's no other way to say it. They're just super expensive. So if I could again, I wouldn't do it. What I would do though, is I would white label other products out there. Because white labeling other products gives you the freedom to not having to develop something from scratch. And then also you don't even have to support it, right? Because look, when you white label a product, you can also do levels. So if I think about Content Growth 2.0, this is how the pricing was. So it was about, you would pay $37 for the main offer, then you'd pay $97 a year, I think it was $67 a year for the pro offer. then it goes to 197, then it goes to another 197 upsell, right? That was the agency version. So it had the basic license, the unlimited license, which was recurring, then you had the done for you blogs, and then you had the agency. And I want to show you this. This is again a moment of full transparency again, to really give you real insights into how we do business. I think while I was doing the webinar, we got some more sales here already, but okay. Let me go into sales funnels, and I'll show you this. So yeah, I think we got more sales that I've been doing the webinar. But if I look at this, look, Content Grow 2.0 has done 116,968. And by the way, just in one day alone, yesterday we were at 115,700 something. So just in one day, we've done $1,200 in sales extra. That is after the launch is closed. Like the prices have gone up. It's still bringing in money. So funnels work. And again, I mean, this is how we've been able to build a really good business in 2020. So if you wanted to really scale up, you white label more products. You basically create cross-sell opportunities for yourself. You build a business that has more than one product. That's what Neil Patel has. That's what John Loomer has. Everyone does that. I'll give you another insight that you may or may not know. Okay, let me ask you this. Do you have a product called, thanks, Christina, I appreciate that. Do you have a product called Mailview, or have you heard of it before? Type in have it if you have it, yes if you've heard of it, or no if you don't have it. Mailview, M-A-I-L-V-I-O. So have it, yes, no. Okay, one person has it so far. Don't have it, yes, heard of it, no, don't have it. Okay, so not many of you have it, some of you do, most of you don't, it's okay. You'll get an opportunity to buy it in the future. But I'll tell you this is something I don't typically declare to other people, which is why sometimes I'm a bit wary of releasing replays to my webinars, because a lot of the information I share tends to be private. So yeah, including this one. So Mailview is actually white labeled product of something else. I can't reveal what the company is, but back in June of 2019, we white labeled it from someone else. And this someone else was like an 8-figure a year company. It's a really big company. And we've been selling it since October 2019. So you can see over here, we did about $2,700 in sales altogether. And October 2020, 12 months later, we did $123,000 in sales. So just in 12 months, or 13 months, we have done $425,000 in sales. And just to show you this, and again, this is Excel, so you may have doubts, and that's okay. You may think like, hey, are these numbers real? Because anyone can show an Excel file to you, right? I'm going to show you this right now. This is just one software that we white labeled. I can't reveal the deal to you because that's, of course, unique and different. But just in the last month, that was November, we have done 61,500. And of course, I showed you the month of October earlier, so I'll show you October here. In October, we have done, okay, $131,000 altogether. I think there were some other products as well in here that's not included, but in October, we have done $131,000. But as you can see, it's all Mailview, and all of this is white labeled. Like everything that you see here is white labeled, right? So again, if you do it right, the opportunities are like really, really damn good. And now I can tell you, like, the stage where Mailview is at, I'm going to be dedicating the next 3 months in 2021, so first quarter, just focusing on increasing recurring here. Like this is already at about, just recurring alone is already at $250,000. My goal next year is to take it to $500,000 in recurring, annual recurring, not monthly, annual recurring. So that's my goal to work towards in Q1. So again, I hope, just type in white label for me if I have fully shown you how strong an opportunity that can be. If I have shown you what you can build with this. Don't be lazy, don't type WL, type in white label. Richard, I'm kidding. But type in white label if you can really see how far this can go. And listen, I have with Mailview, the best thing is we do first line of support, right? So I have a support agent who handles this every day. we get like, because we have now a bigger business, we get like 30 tickets a day, but that's okay, all manageable. We don't need to do any development work. Like the only time we do development is when we have to connect with like JVZoo or PayKickstart, that sort of thing, which is once a quarter, if that. We do support. We do upkeep of like the IPs and that sort of thing. So it's not a lot of work, but it's pretty good profits. And again, if you want to look at profits, you know, because we use affiliates as well and so on, from that alone, the profit was about 30% or so. So we're talking 150, 160K, something like that. I can check my P&L now and tell you, but still pretty good. For work that we haven't had to do, for no development work on our part, almost, except for the first couple of months, we had to develop a little bit. There's been no month. And again, we had to develop a little bit because, you know, we wanted some features in there that the original company didn't have. So we had to work extra for that. But anyway, the point here that I'm trying to make is that net profits go up at scale. Especially if you have, Richard, thank you, that was very well spelled, sir. So the net profits go up at scale, especially with zero inventory costs. And I've looked at physical products as well, just not my cup of tea. You know, it's good, but just not something I want to do. So there's that. Now, hopefully by now the path for you is clear, and the path looks like this. I showed you, if you haven't made any money yet, I showed you how you can make your first $1,000. And again, please don't be embarrassed having to sell content as a provider. If you want to charge high, it's okay, but don't be embarrassed about it. You know, you can actually build a really thriving agency doing content marketing. I know someone who's built 1 million annual recurring revenue with a content marketing agency. I mean, that's incredible. That's really incredible. So you can do that. Then, if you sell software like I did, which I don't even own myself, like someone else created the technology, you can get anywhere from $1,000 to $100,000 for that. Like you can take that route. And as I showed you, you can scale from there as well. You just need a few more systems and processes. Like really, scaling in phase 3 is all about more offers and more traffic sources. It's just a multiplication thing. That's all. There's nothing else to it. So, as I said before, in the beginning, that I will make you an offer. I made this offer yesterday as well. It's a little bit different, and it's still really, really strong. So I'll make you this offer. Let's see how you can get started, right? So to get started, you need to own a product you can sell and keep 100% profits from. Because being an affiliate, like it sounds like fun. Hey, look, I don't have to work a lot. There's no effort involved. I just, you know, send an email or make a post, and I get 50%. What if you could do the same amount of effort there, but get 100% instead? So try and sell products where you can keep 100% of the money. Step 2 is to promote. Get affiliates to promote it for you. They literally just get affiliates to recommend that tool to other people, but even better if you use content marketing. That is, if you use the pillar post method that I talked about. And step 3 is that you make 6 figures in the next 12 months, potentially even more if you have your follow-up marketing dialed in. Potentially even more if you do good on partnerships as well. That's the goal. So this is what you need right now. You need a product to sell, and that is the key. Now, CG1, CG2, and before that we had another thing in 2016, 17. The last 4 years, our content line has done over $500,000 in sales for us. Every time we release it, we break past 6 figures. You know, people keep saying, oh, it's not going to work because you already have, like, you know, minted it. You've already extracted all the juice from it. We haven't. It's done $500,000 for us in 4 years. Now, if I gave you the same software, can you make $10,000 with that? If I gave you the same software as your own, because remember, my first white label product that I did 6 figures in sales. It did 6 figures in sales. So what if I gave you Content Gorilla 2.0 to sell as your own? You choose the branding that you want, and you choose the price that you want. We do all the support for you. So this is what it looks like. We're giving you white label rights to Content Gorilla 2.0, where you can sell this as your own. You get full rebranding, like you literally get full rebranding across the spectrum. That means that you get to put your logo, which if you want, we can design for you. You get your own domain name, which you host, you pick the domain name, you buy it, and the site just sits there. And you become a vendor. You're not an affiliate, you're not a service provider, but you're actually a seller of a content creation and curation tool, right? You can sell via your own website, or you can use a funnel. If you want, and this is optional, you can take my funnel and sell. The same funnel that I showed you did $116,970 in a week. You can take that funnel, completely rebrand it to you, and sell your product. You can do that as well. And you can sell on any platform except for JV's and More Plus. Just not there because we are quite active there, and I think there would just be a conflict. But you can sell different licenses. And the best part is this: when you're done making money with it, when you get tired, just flip it to someone else on Flipper. Just sell the whole thing to someone else on Flipper. Now look, there are more than 300 million WordPress sites out there. A lot of WordPress sites out there. And anyone who wants to create content needs something like Content Gorilla too. That's why you bought it. Because you want to create content and save time and money. Anyone who blogs needs this. And even if at $37 you were to sell 100 copies of it, you'd make $3,700. That is no upsells, nothing else. You still make $3,700 with this deal. So it's a pretty incredible deal. And again, what you're getting today is the complete software, and it's ready to go. You can let us know if you need some edits. The basic ones we can include as feature requests, but if you want something more, it's going to cost a bit, obviously. Like if you are like, hey, I want you to integrate like Shopify into this. Well, we have no plans of doing that. If you want to pay for that, we're happy to, right? But it's ready to go. You get 1 year of support from us. Like that is 1 year of all new features, but you get lifetime technical support from us. But just that in terms of new features, we only support that for 1 year for you. You will get, and this is optional, you will get customized funnel. We will design, do the sales videos for you, and they won't be like me on a camera. They'll be just, no talking head videos. You get the sales emails as well, and you get graphics as well. Those are optional. And you can sell different licenses. You get that too. Now, it's taken us, when I say us, Ijlal actually, it's taken him over $30,000 to build this tool. It's taken him, especially, over $20,000 to support this with full-time support team. And I know because my team did the sales copy and designs, it cost us $3,000. Then we did the sales video as well. It cost us like $2,000 altogether. So our investment in all of this is $55,000. Now, typically, if you were to turn around and do the franchise thing, which again, like I said, I'm doing for Mailview, I've done for Plagiarism Avenger before, and many other products in between. Based on that, my typical offer would be $6,000 for you upfront and 25% profit share. So again, same thing that I did with Plagiarism Avenger is that you pay me $6,000, and then once you make that money, after that, I'll charge you 25% of each and every sale that you make in profit, net profit. But my goal today is to help people who basically want to build a real, authentic online business with a good product and a good team behind them. Right? So we are at the stage right now, I told you, everyone's looking to move online. Everyone's thinking like, okay, I have extra time, how do I make money? Do content marketing. The same thing I've shown you, do content creation. You could show them the same thing as well. So for that reason, I'm willing to basically lower the price to $5,000 and remove the profit share option. So you don't have to pay us any profit. Off the sales that you make, you keep 100%. And the price would be $5,000. But again, because you already have Content Gorilla 2.0, I know that you trust us. I know that you trust our brand. I'm going to bring down the price a lot and offer this to you at $997, which basically allows you to sell unlimited copies of rebranded Content Gorilla 2.0. So you can put your own name on it. Someone said they wanted to create content alchemy, fine. Do that, your own name, buy the domain name. If you want, it's optional, you pay an extra $300. And if you do that, then we design your logo, we do your sales pages, we do your videos, and we give you any of the extra graphics you need. All that is included. Okay? So you will basically, you can then sell unlimited copies of CG 2.0. Unlimited. And I'll go even further. because we're doing customized sales pages for you, sales videos, graphics, and emails, I will also throw in lifetime access to Funnel Viewer Unlimited. Now, Funnel Viewer is our landing and funnel page builder. It's got one of the fastest loading pages on the web. And we currently sell, and I literally mean this, I'm not making this number up, you can go check. If you were to buy the unlimited license, you would have to get the commercial first and unlimited. Altogether, that would cost you $397. But I want to give that to you for free as part of your purchase today. And we install the sales pages for you. We set up your products inside of Kyview, which is the parent product inside this funnel view. So you're literally ready to go. And that's, again, it's a $300 extra fee, as I said. That's just to cover the manual work on our part. So it's my team doing it. I have to take aside my designers, my copywriters, and get that stuff up and running for you. So you get access to all of that. So again, CG to completely rebrand it, and sales material for you, that's optional, plus funnel viewer unlimited license as well. But this is not it. I'm going to show you the biggest benefit of all. I will be your first affiliate and send you sales within the next 30 days. I will literally be your first affiliate and I'll send you sales within the next 30 days. In fact, I will match your purchase today, exact amount that you spend today. You have a few options you'll see when you go to the page. I will match that over the next 180 days, which is, I'm promising you that over the next 6 months, potentially much sooner, I will send you, if you pay $997 today, I'll send you $997 in sales back. So there is zero risk on your part. Like, the only risk you have to take is whether or not you trust me. That's all the risk you need to take. Whether or not you trust me, and I can tell you, my name's the most important thing for me when it comes to surviving in this market. I couldn't survive if I would cheat people, if I would lie to people, if I would deceive people. I've done this before for people selectively. I'm giving you the option as well now to get in. And again, this is not a product, this is not a course, this is not a service. This is an opportunity. Because I'm literally telling you to invest money in this today, and over the next 6 months, I'll make you the money back. That's a guarantee. If I don't, you can let me know, I'll give you your money back. And you get to keep whatever money, whatever sales I've sent to you, right? So again, you get 100% investment back within 6 months. Just so you know, we had this yesterday at 3 months. So the people who got in yesterday, I offered 3 months. I can't offer that again because it would be too much. But in this case, I'll give it to you. I promise to get you your sales back within 6 months. Now, let me ask you this. Have you ever purchased something before online from our marketplace where people would actually promise to not just drive traffic for you, but actually commit to driving sales for you equal to what you're paying? Have you ever seen that kind of offer before? Yes or no? Because I have never seen something like this before. We do it occasionally because we know our business. Look, we were able to sell within 7 days, in the last 7 days, $100,000 worth of Content Gorilla 2.0, 116 to be precise, or not precise, but approximate still. I know that I can turn around and sell this. Like, I'm so sure of this because this is what I'm good at. And I'm asking you to partner up with me. I'm asking you to let me drive traffic and sales for you. Here's the link that you need to get to get access to this. So we're going to drop the link for you. Ijlal will, but I will walk you through exactly what is included as well in a minute. Right? You have 3 options. Option number 1, and you will see all 3 options on the sales page. Option number 1 is white label pack number 1. Option number 2 is white label pack number 2. Option 3 is white label pack number 3. With pack number 1, you can sell the Content Gorilla front-end offer, Content Gorilla 2.0 front-end offer, which was for $37, right? So you can sell the basic version, the personal version, whatever you want to call it, to everyone. And you can sell unlimited number of those copies. You don't restrict it to like 100 or 200, but you get all of those. Like unlimited number of people you can bring in. Plus, it is optional, but if you pay an extra $300, because this is manual work for my team to do, I literally have to take them away from my core projects that they're working on and put them on this. But if you pay an extra $300, we'll design the sales pages for you, we'll design the sales video for you, completely customized, we'll do the logo for you, we'll give you whatever graphics and emails that you need as well, that we have, all customized to you. Okay? Plus, as I said, I'm giving you a guarantee to get you to make 100% of the money back within 6 months. Pack 2. It's the same, except now you can sell Content Gorilla to front end. Upsell 1, which was the unlimited version, which was a recurring offer. So you get to sell the recurring offer, so you build a recurring income as well. You get to sell the done for you blogs as well. You get to sell all 3 as part of that. Everything else being the same. But this time you also get Funnel View Unlimited. Pack number 3. Now you can also sell the agency license. So along with the front end, upgrade number 1, upgrade number 2, you also can sell the agency license. And agency 1 is the big money maker, by the way. Because with agency, you literally, let's say you call your product Content Alchemy. You're reaching out to people and saying, hey, look, I'll give you 250 seats to sell under Content Alchemy for $197 a year. So it's literally less than $1 a year. You name your price, but you can sell them and you pay me just $197 a year. So again, you build more recurring. So and that's where you really scale up in income. Like you can even do partnerships with agency owners. You can say, hey, for every seat that you sell, give me 10%, 20%. So you can build real good income by doing that. But again, if you go to that page, we only have 5 seats available. So I want you to type white label if you are jumping in. So we have 5 seats. Oh, 6 seats. It's a bit more than I expected. I think we had opened the 5 seats, but let me go ahead and check what's up. So we have 6 seats apparently now available. I guess that's okay by me. So if you are jumping in, please tell me that you are jumping in so I know. And so I can make sure that we can service you, because literally no one else out there is going to promise driving 100% of your investment back in sales for you. I'm the only one that will do that, and that's because I'm confident. Okay, so again, type in white label if you're jumping in, because this is an incredible deal, and it is something that's not going to come around very often.
Neil, let's go ahead and show them the rebranded version.
Sure, can you show that for a second?
Sure, absolutely.
Yeah, I'll pass it over to you now.
Yeah, please do. All right, guys, if you can see my screen, how about you give me a 1 in the chat box so I know that you all can see what I'm seeing. All right, sounds good. So basically what I want to show you is what you're gonna get access to, right? I'm gonna go in here and log in to my Content Gorilla admin panel. And this is the exact panel that you will have access to once you purchase the white label license. Now, in this panel, you'll be able to relabel and rebrand the entire thing on to whatever brand name you want it to appear on. So right now it says Content Gorilla. You can simply go into this site logo page. You will be able to update your logos and site favicons, and that's basically going to replace the Content Gorilla branding with your own. We're going to ask you to purchase a domain name, and then we will basically put a redirect on that domain. We're going to tell you how to do that, and once you do, whatever domain you purchase, you can simply replace this particular URL with that domain. So it could be, let's say, Content Avalanche, like Neil has been giving us the example, right? That's one thing. Another thing is that the emails that basically go out when someone signs up, whenever someone signs up as a user, you will be able to edit those emails, and you will be able to show to basically send the people to your own site, and this will all be automated, right? So these fields that you see, they will be replaced with the user's email, the one they use to sign up to your app, which will be a white label version of Content Gorilla, and the password will be automatically generated as well, and that will be sent to them. Now, as we work on this right now, there's another very important thing, and that is that since we are not like giving you the ability to sell on JVZoo and Warrior Plus, what we are instead doing is, like Neil said, we're going to be giving you Kivio2, which is basically kind of a sub thing for funnel view. I'm sure Neil can explain this better than me, but
Yeah, I'll do
what that will do is you will be able to create a direct integration. So you're just going to be putting in a URL, and whenever someone purchases from the portal, from your sales pages, they will get their accounts automatically created and delivered to them. So you won't have to do anything manual. You won't have to be coming over to your admin area every day and then creating accounts manually. So we're going to make sure that we take care of that. Besides that, I'm sure that when you use Content Gorilla, depending upon whatever plan you have, you come across these kinds of pop-ups inside your account, and that's because we limit users to particular features. Right now, depending upon the package that you buy today, you will be able to edit these pop-ups. So what happens is you can basically replace this particular text. You can change your link and you can put in your own pro upgrade link, agency upgrade link. And whenever someone, let's say a basic user, tries to access a pro feature, they're going to be shown the pop-up when they click on the upgrade button. That's going to take them to the sales page where they can upgrade to pro using your link, right? Whatever that might be, whatever, I mean, it could be content avalanche, right? Now we have, like, I have, redone a white label version so you could have a better understanding. So I'm going to log into that. So this is going to be roughly how it's going to look, right? We can also replace this video that you're seeing playing in the background with an image or another video that you want. And let me quickly go in and log into this. And so this is basically how you will be able to rebrand it, right? It's going to replace your logo. It's going to have your own particular URL. It could be anything, whatever you want, just send us the domain and we'll take care of the rest. Then you will have your own dedicated user admin panel where you will be able to create multiple different types of accounts. So that would be the basic 2.0 user, the pro user, the agency 2.0, 50 seats, and the agency 2, 250 seats. So all these 4 users, depending upon, again, the package you pick today that that is on the offer. And it's like very simple to use. You can just simply enter the name, emails, passwords, and create user. And again, it's all automated as well. So that's going to be handled too. So yeah, this is basically the admin panel that you're going to be getting access to. So it's going to make your life much easier, and there's not going to be anything you have to worry about. You won't have to go through the hassle of going through code and then updating things. And another very important thing is that whatever your rebranded version of Content Gorilla will be, we're going to basically sync it with our own app. So whatever updates over the next year go out for the Content Gorilla users, they will be automatically sent out to your users too. We'll automatically sync that. So yeah, that's included too. And I guess that's it, Neil. You can take over now.
Sure. Just give me 1 second.
Yeah, not a problem. And I'm gonna take a look to the questions in the meantime. If you guys have any questions regarding this, go ahead and let me know.
Okay, so looks like we already have, I think one seat is gone, so we have 5 remaining this time. So you still have time to get in. I'm literally promising you that I'm going to drive sales back for you. We've already started work on logos for some of the people who purchased yesterday. So we're moving fast, and I would like to work with you, but for that, you got to move fast as well, just FYI. Now, what I'll do is I'll make this an absolute no-brainer for you, right? I will basically double your investment. Now, I promise you 100% over the next 6 months, but I will literally double your investment. I'll give you 200% of your money in 12 months. I can't do it immediately. I'm not that good an affiliate, but I will literally promote your product and you keep 100% of that. Like even though I'm promoting as an affiliate, I take 0% of that sale, right? But I will double your investment in the next 12 months. So if you spend 997 today, I'll drive back sales to you for 1994 in 12 months. If you spend 2997 today, which is pack 3, I'll basically drive you sales for approximately $6,000 in 12 months. That's yours to keep. You don't give me anything from it. Of course, you have to pay the PayPal or Stripe fee, but there's no JVZoo fee because you use Kyvio or Funnel Gear 2, or Kyvio 2 or Funnel Gear, in which case it's just, there's no network fee at all. Right? So yeah. Gaurang, you can reach out to me at this email. 1 second. My team will look at it, and just so you know, you got to do it sooner than tomorrow because I don't work weekends. I told you I'm a very, very protective of my time. I don't work weekends, even for a $3,000 sale. It's just not important for me because honestly, if you don't buy, I'm still gonna get paid $5,500 in that day. So I'm not desperate here for money. I'd like to help you, but that's on my terms, which is that you move fast and you let me drive 200% of sales back to you from what you spent today. Okay, just FYI. But that's my promise to you. So yeah, cool. So I'm going to literally double your investment.
Let's go ahead and stack everything they're getting once again.
Yeah, sure. So with the pack 1, you're basically getting access to, let me just show you, with pack 1, you are getting access to the ability to rebrand and sell Content Gorilla 1.0. Okay, so you'll be able to sell Content Gorilla 1.0 with that. Rajan, sorry, just to pause for a second. Rajan, I see you purchased the pack 3 option with the pro upgrade, with the bump as well. So you paid 3,297. Okay, just confirming with that with you, Rajan, you've done that? Can you type in yep? Okay, got it. Cool, awesome. I think you're actually the 5th person, not today, but since yesterday to take the whole thing, including the bump. So, well done. Good. But again, folks, if you can't take the whole thing right now, there's split option available as well for you to take. But as I promised, what you invest today, so if you take the split option, you'd pay like 397 by 10, right? But if you invest 397 by 10, I'm promising you that I'll double your 397 in 12 months. Hopefully much sooner. But I'll stop at that point. Okay, I will stop at that point. So yeah, that's the deal. Okay, let me just look through it again. Yeah, the pack 1, you basically get the Content Gorilla 2.0 front-end version rebranded. We handle the tech support. You are the first line of support in terms of questions like, hey, where are my logins? Where you can just send them the logins from the app. It's easy. If they say, hey, why isn't this thing working? You can be like, let me check. Let me ask my developers to check, and you can send it over to us. Okay, you can send that over to us, and we can handle that for you. All right, so that's okay as well. Yeah.
I want to touch on something here. So someone asked, what markets should we sell Content Gorilla in? And so way before Content Gorilla was even Content Gorilla, it was a WordPress plugin, right? That's where it all began. And my first launch with Neil was of that plugin. It was called Contentio, and that was the first time we introduced this idea to the market. Now, after that, what I had done was I approached 2 people, one who was a very big vendor on the Brazilian marketplace, and another who was a kind of popular guy in the Indonesian marketplace as well. Now, the good thing about Content Gorilla is it lets you create content in 105 languages. So it's not just limited to the English market. You can basically sell it to anyone who speaks whatever the language they speak. And you can outreach that way as well. So that's another one way that you can sell Content Gorilla. Like right now, we're just touching it up with the English speaking market. And I know that we have a lot of Spanish customers already, or a lot of French users already as well. So, those are markets are worth exploring as well. And I don't think so that for now we are planning on that. So anyone that gets the white label today can actually touch on that. And especially if you are in one of those markets where they speak a different language that we don't, then it's a jackpot for you.
Okay, I'm just going to answer some questions as well. So Albertus, I hope that Ijlal answered your question about like foreign markets such as Indonesia and language support. So we are able to bring in English. I think, Ijlal, can we clarify that for CG2, we are able to bring in English subtitles and then people can translate them into Indonesian as well.
Yes, absolutely. I have sold it in Indonesian market previously.
Yeah, I know we have some customers there too. But the second question, which is a good one as well, Albertus, is payment processes. Like I fully understand that Indonesian market doesn't accept that kind of payment processing. Like they don't have credit card or PayPal, maybe even it can happen. So you got two options, right? One, you do this manually, which is cumbersome, I know, but you can. The second option, which again, I'm just being transparent here, I don't want to sell you this just for the sake of making money. But if you want us to code special IPN so that we can connect with the Indonesian network or whatever you're using, it'll cost a bit extra, but we can do that for you. But that's going to be extra development because that will be specifically for you and won't be relevant to anyone else. So if you want that, we can get that done, but I couldn't even project what that would be like how much that would cost. Maybe Ijlal may have ideas about how quickly can IPNs be done, how much they would cost, but I don't know. But that's the other thing I can offer to you. So yeah. Let me answer Lee's question as well. And Lee, I completely get that. Lee's asking, how do you guarantee we make the money back? Okay. What's the best way to show you this? All right, let me show you one thing first. I want to, sorry, I keep going away from this pack, but I'll come back to this. So look, we are working actively towards building a long-term automation sequence that sells our products, right? So let me go log in here. So it's an automation sequence that basically sells our products. And look, we've been selling for the last week or so. I think like we're slowly adding leads in. We're selling funnel view. Okay, since I think we started like middle of last month or something to sell funnel view, which is one of our products. And I want to show you this. 1 second. We've been selling funnel view and I'm keeping track of it by being my own affiliate because it's kind of easy to do that. So we have done, let me go to transactions and I will search for, let's say, sorry, I want to give you like a clear logical answer here first, and I'll then give you an answer as well that will make sense. So if I do this search, we've done a lot of sales, as you can probably see, but let me open this up and I will just search for data, filter, funnel view. So just for funnel view alone, I have made as an affiliate, and this is, I have made as an affiliate pushing this to 5,000 people so far. Not everyone's finished going through, but pushing 5,000 people through this, I have made $7,200, so double of 3,600. I made $7,200 in sales for one of my products. Just with one automation that goes for about 10 days. So my copywriter is working on a content gorilla automation as well that will go into this. So what's going to happen is I will basically replace, so on the days when I'm not promoting anything, I'm going to recommend that people buy this content creation tool. And of course, it won't be mine, it will be yours. So I'll drive sales to you and it'll be in your Kyview account. So I can quickly go and see like how sales are doing at the moment. Is it working? Is it not working? Right? So I can get that feedback instantly. So I have pretty intensive operations, so we can do this. Like we've done this before. I mean, literally We're making $5,000 in sales every day. If I direct all my energy to you, even if you were to buy the $3,000 package, I could make your money back in 2 days. If I direct all my energy to you. Now, I won't be able to because I have a lot of other obligations too, which is why I need a lot longer time. Right? That's number one. Logically, it's like, it's easy. I mean, I wish I could do 10x sales for you, but in that case, I don't actually make any money myself. But 2x is like pretty good already. Then you ask about what's the guarantee that you will do it. As I said before, my name's my guarantee. If I don't, you're welcome to go to my Facebook wall, to my partners, to anyone that knows me and say Neil's a scammer. Like, I invite you to do that. If I don't, double your sales in 12 months. I mean, I would happily give you your money back if I don't do that. But even after that, if I don't drive you the sales, you're welcome to tell other people Neil's a scammer. Like, you have my permission, and you'll get the recording of this if you want. Keep it forever, show it to your kids or whatever. Like, guys, listen, I'm on my deathbed. Neil hasn't driven these sales to me. Tell everyone he's a scammer. Like, it's okay. I'm totally cool with that. The only reason I'm cool with that is because I know what I can do. Because I lead with integrity, I lead with transparency, and I know how many sales I can drive over time. Okay, so that's my promise to you. Because see, this is an incredible opportunity. This is really an incredible opportunity because you're not saying yes to buying a software or a service. Like I said, literally, I'm telling you I'll double your investment in 12 months. I rarely do this. I rarely do this. If I fail to, I will buy back your business from you. And honestly, I'll still end up making more money. Because what's going to happen is that when you do this, if you implement what I teach, and I want you to do this, do some stuff for yourself as well. Like, look, this is a done for you program, and that I'll make you double your money back. But if you want to get to 6 figures, you've got to do a bit of work as well. You got to build. I show you how to build, but you have to build. You need to change your mindset. You need to become a creator instead of a consumer. That's the key thing. But if at any point in the next 12 months you are underwhelmed by the number of sales that you're getting, you can reach out to us. I will personally commit to doubling my efforts on your account. I'm committing to you that in 6 months I'll make your money back. In 12 months I'll double your money back. If at any point in this 6 months or 12 months you're like, Neil, you're not really fulfilling your obligation, please write to me. I wear my heart on the sleeve. I take very personally if you tell me I'm not doing a good job. And if you are fair, if you are nice about it, I'll double my efforts. Okay? But again, if in 12 months, if it fails, I'll buy your business back from you. But here's the thing. Listen, if you buy, let's say, in case of Rajan, for example, he's paid for the full package where he's paid like $3,297, right? Even if, like, I'm promising him to make back 6,600 in 12 months. Even after, let's say, 9 months, I've only made him, 5,000. And Rajan's like, no, I want to quit, whatever, right? I can still sell that $5,000 business that I made in 12 months on Flipper or somewhere else, and I can still get, I can sell that for another $3,000, $4,000. I still end up making money. You could do that too. You still end up making money. And that's my point. But this is not a losty business. This is a win-win situation because no one out there, and you can try, no one out there will back you by actually driving sales for you. They will make you promises. They will say, click that button, get traffic, get sales. They will say, this is all you got to do and you will rank on page 1. No one's going to say that I will email my list with your link and not take anything from it. The reason I'm doing all this is because I want to be in your corner. Listen, if you make money with this, you'll come back and buy more white label products from me in the future. Why wouldn't you? Right? Number 2, next time I'm launching a product and you have a list of 100, 200, 500 people, I'll reach out to you. I'll say, John, listen, I'm launching a product. I've been there for you. Would you please recommend this product of mine to your audience as an affiliate? And you would. Not that you would owe me one, but you know that we have a good relationship. You know that I can do a lot for you, and then I expect you to do something for me as well. That's what it is. The money that you're paying, I mean, honestly, dude, like half of it goes to Islam, and he knows this too. So I'm on the hook for 4 times what you pay me. Not 2 times, 4 times what you pay me. And I'm okay with that. Because even if I get 2, 4, 10 success stories from all of this, I can sell this kind of stuff like with my eyes closed next year. So I'm willing to take this short-term loss because I know long-term, if I have successful students such as you, people that have made money, this would go a long, long way. That's what I'm after. I'm playing the long game. I'm willing to take a loss right now in the next 12 months so that for the next 3 to 5 years, when I make an offer like this, no one asks the question that you're asking. How can you guarantee it? Because look at John's case, look at someone else's case. Does that make sense? Does that answer your question? Let me know. Again, I want to be very open with you, very transparent with you, Lee. Sorry, I've been calling you John for a while now, Lee. I apologize. It's just I'm not wearing my glasses, so yeah. But the point here is that I'm in your corner. I'm there for you. So I'll do what I can. Rona, if that's the case, we may need to deal with it sort of privately. So Rona's saying, can I pay by 2 credit cards? Let me just type it for you.
So in the meantime, let me answer John's question. John basically asks, what's the advantage of agency? So agency rights are basically where your user, the agency user, can basically give others the ability to use Content Gorilla. So he can basically add a basic level user into his own account. So let's say that I think a better word would be for this to call it, say, developer rights, right? Where basically the agency user, he's able to create more users and give username and password to Content Gorilla to the users who can then access the basic 2.0 account of the app. I hope that makes sense. Let me know, John.
So Badra asked a really good question.
I think, Neil, we should go over the 365-day content marketing plan bonus.
Yeah, in a bit. We have that. I'll do that in a minute.
Sure.
Rona, yeah, you're still Rona. So just reach out to us via support if you're not able to pay. Like if you need like 2 credit cards for some reason, it's okay. Reach out to us and we'll have to make a custom button for you. Or just Rona, let us know which offer you want, and Marvin can create a button and drop you a link, like which offer you're after, and Marvin can create like a 2-pay option for that. So like literally you can buy twice. So just let us know how much you're going to pay, and then Marvin will take care of that. Okay. How does the personalized logo, sales page, etc. being created? So Jason, we send you a survey basically. Once you pay, our team member will send you a survey in the next 4 hours max, and you will tell us like what name you're choosing, like if you have a site already, that sort of thing. You can do some research and then come back to us, and then we'll get started on the logo. Most likely have it done by, I'll give you the timeline in a minute as well. Okay, I'll give you timeline in a minute. So let me show you a couple of other things too. Give me 1 second. And Islali, sorry, I'll come to that. I just want to go through a few things first. Let me just see how many seats we have as well. 2 seats. Okay, I'll let you pick, folks. 2 seats. Fight it out. Okay, so I'm going to give you even more, like Islal was asking. I'm actually going to give you a 365-day content marketing plan. Like this is what it's going to look like. It's not ready yet. It'll be done by first week of January, end of first week. But this is what it's going to look like. I will tell you week 1, make a blog post around this topic on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Do this for social media marketing or backlink building. It'll all be there. Week 2, make a blog post about this idea. Then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, make little social media posts about this. So I'll give you an entire calendar for 365 days. Because that's what we use. I mean, I'm a slave to my calendars. I joke with my wife. I'll say this a bit quieter. I tell her, like, if you want to go out on a date, let me know in advance so I can put it in my calendar. Because otherwise I forget. She's not too happy about that. But I'm a slave to my calendar. So we already have one for social media. We just re-editing. We were editing it to fit like content marketing as well. We'll give you that so you can use it in your business, and you can just like what to do. For pillar post, like I said, it's going to take you 3-4 hours. That's okay. But for shorter posts, it's going to take you like literally 10 minutes, and you're done. So you have one big blog post, like I said, and every other week one smaller blog post. And the social media thing is just simple, like take a snippet from that blog post, post it in social media with a link. Simple. So you'll do all that sequentially. We'll give you that as well. I'll give you another bonus. When you make your money back, so when you, or even if by yourself you've reached the amount that you have spent, I know that you're doing things right. I know that you're keeping customers happy. That's important for me. So I will introduce you to my affiliates. Now listen, I told you this earlier. If you want to go to $1 million, from 6 figures to $1 million, you need affiliates on board as well. Lal and I know a lot of affiliates. We know a lot of people that we can typically work with. We typically work with them. So I will introduce you to my affiliates. Slowly, not all of you at once, because I'll be a bit too much, but I'll send out an email on your behalf, and I'll say, hey, look, this guy is doing some really cool things with this product. It's converting really well, of course, and we helped do the sales pages, sales videos, and everything. You should recommend it to your people. And then I do expect you to do some work there as well. Like, look, I'm giving you a push. Like, I'm that I guess the mother bird who is like, oh, cool, baby bird, you're ready, and I'll kick you out of the nest. But you have to fly. When I kick you out, you have to fly. If you don't fly, it's on you. I'm going to feed you enough so that your stomach is full. But if you want to get fed day in, day out, you got to do the work yourself. You got to fly. That's my promise to you. Okay. Someone said, hey, what about the free gift that you promised? Yeah, sorry about that. I forgot. So is Lal or Marvin or anyone else, if you can drop people access to the free gift that we promised them early on, that'd be great. Just drop in access to that, and people can then go get it as well. Okay, I'll drop the link one more time as well once Ijlal has dropped that, so you're able to get that too. I'll wait for a couple of minutes after Ijlal has dropped that. But if you have any questions, please do ask. Listen, I'm promising you this much, right? The double your money back. Sorry, it's my kid being loud. The double your money back goes away after this webinar. I kid you not. If you're watching this as a replay, there's no double your money back. It's not available as part of replay. Like, it's only available for the live webinars because it's going to cost me money. Like I said, I'm literally paying 4 times what you're paying me, because Ijlal takes half for the technology part. So I can't promise you that if your sale comes in after the webinar. And it's as simple as that. That's the only scarcity that I'm going to present to you. That you literally have an option to do that. Timothy, if you want to get pack 2, I'm guessing you also want to get let me just drop a link for you. Just reach out to us via there. Okay, so for those of you that want to put the purchase on 2 credit cards, please let us know, and we can, we'll have to create like a custom button for you because it's going to be different, but you have to really talk to us via support. So either drop in your email address, or we've given you ours, talk to us via support desk, and we can give you a custom option. And I want you in for that. Like, I genuinely do. If I didn't, I would be just, saying whatever. But I was talking to this guy in a coaching call today. Like, if you feel like what you have is something people absolutely must have, you do what you can to get them in, because I know what I can do for you here. If I didn't, I wouldn't be making this offer. If I was in doubt at all in any way, I wouldn't be giving you all of this. But I am, because I appreciate that you're on the call. Listen, you didn't buy Content Guru 2.0 just so that you can create good content. You bought it because you want to make money. That's what I'm offering to you. I really thought about this. I thought, hey, I could just do a new course for $297 and give you that about pillar post framework. But you get that anyway. Like, you get that training with the 365-day content marketing plan. So that by itself wouldn't be enough. If I gave you just like a list of my affiliates, that wouldn't be enough by itself. You need a business in a box. I'm giving you a franchise. I'm giving you a business. No one does that. No one does that for that price. I can't reveal to you exactly what I have paid to Napier, to the Napier parent company in all this time, but in the last 12 months, it's been quite expensive. Like we're talking high 5 figures in 12 months, high 5 figures. I really mean high 5 figures, like more than 50K. But that's okay, because in return, I make so much more money. That's what I'm giving to you. But again, I don't have my hand in your pocket that I always take a percentage from you. There's no annual fee, there's no monthly fee, there's just a one-time fee. And everything's super transparent, super listed out for you. Cool, Jason, thanks, mate. Jason says, amazing, I have full confidence in you, Neil. Hope our partnership flourishes because I have the same goal as you. Good, mate, good. Freedom of time, to me, that's the most important thing. Like, I'll be honest with you. I want to do this session, but I also want to be outside my kid because he's just about to go to bed. So maybe, Islal, you can just talk for a couple of minutes and I'll say, kiss my kid goodnight, and I'll come back in 2 minutes.
Absolutely, man. I'll take care of it.
All right, okay, I'll be back in 2 minutes.
Yeah, sure. So guys, if you still have any questions, do let me know, and I'm gonna make sure that I answer them. And besides that, I want to thank you all for showing up here today, and I really hope that even if you don't pick up one of the white label packages, what you learned, the framework that Neil taught you, was helpful, because the pillar framework is something that is one of the biggest frameworks in the content marketing world that all of the top content marketers use. So if that was something that helped you, how about you give me a 1 in the chat and let me know. Let's appreciate Neil taking his time out and going through all of this. Drop a 1 in the chat box if you want to say thank you to Neil. Awesome. I see a lot of ones flying in. So Albertus, I don't exactly remember. That was back in 2016 actually. So we sold it in the Indonesian market when we were just getting started with this idea. And I think that roughly we did like 20-30K. I am honestly not sure. I don't remember. It was 4 years ago. So I really honestly don't remember perfectly, but it was roughly around 20-30K. And like you mentioned, we couldn't accept credit cards or anything either. But the partner that I had on that launch, we basically used a card system that works in Indonesia, I guess. I don't remember, honestly. It was 4 years ago. So yeah, that's all I can tell you right now. John says that he's picking up the agency 2-pack. All right, John, that sounds good. I'm looking forward to see you on board. Good for you, Graham. Really excited to see you on board. Awesome. We're gonna, make sure that we take good care of you. And honestly, guys, like, I work with Neil very closely, and we rarely ever offer the 200% money back opportunity. And whenever we do, it flies out like that. And I'm snapping my fingers right now. I'm not sure if you can hear that, but that was a finger snap, right? So that basically goes out like that. And honestly, it's like, oh my God, I don't know how Neil does this, but obviously it's Neil Napier. He can do it.
I can do it for sure. What can I do?
You can do the 200% money back guarantee.
Yeah, because listen, I know how my sales process goes. Like I can tell you where my money from this would go. My money from this would go to generate more leads into my business, which ends up feeding your business. So it's a win-win in the situation. Like I said, I'm not doing this out of the greatness of my heart. I'm doing this because both of us win in this situation. Look, I mean, I'll tell you it like as simple as this. If you spend $1,000 in ads, or if I spend $1,000 in ads, I can get more leads than you can. That's not me being arrogant. That's just me telling you facts as they are. If I can get more leads because I'm well versed with ads and content marketing, I can make both of us more money. That's really what I'm trying to do in simple form. I'm trying to give you an offer where I'm confident that I can double your investment, that you make today in 12 months. And it's 12 months. I know it's a long enough time frame for me as well, because in 12 months, we would have made an extra 20,000 leads. Like, I have to literally run 20,000 leads through this offer in the next 12 months. Like, I'm pretty sure I can make the money that I'm promising to you today. Okay, so just FYI. It's a no-brainer deal, says Badra. Okay, Badra, you reminded me as well. Let me just, Badra said, would you be doing regular trainings around traffic generation? The answer is no. Again, because I've become very, very protective of my time in the last few months. But I can tell you that we have so in the last year, I would say I have done like a full training on traffic building. There's like, let me go in here. 1 second. Okay, so I've done like a 6-figure traffic mastermind training, and there's basically training on how to drive traffic using YouTube, Facebook groups, Pinterest, blogging, YouTube ads, Facebook ads, podcasting as well, and Quora. So there's about 8 to 10 hours worth of training in there. Like if I look at YouTube channels, it's very much about how to set up a YouTube channel, how to do this and that. So this one's about 2-hour training actually. Facebook groups is about almost 2 hours again. Pinterest is 1.5 hours, and blogging is 1 hour 40 minutes, that sort of thing, right? So I've got a ton of training in there. If you were to get this deal today, or if you got this yesterday, I'm going to give you this entire training as well. Again, it's not on the slides, and I'm not going to repeat this again on the page with the replay and all, but I'll give you access to this entire training, regardless of which package you get today. Okay. All right, let me see. Someone says I'm trying to go to the page, it doesn't work. It doesn't work because we ran out of the copies. Let me just increase the number a little bit. And again, I'm a bit wary of doing that too much because I'm definitely, I know my limits too, and I think I don't want to give 200% to everyone. So yeah, but anyway, you get access to this course as well from me. I'll make sure it's with you by tomorrow. Okay. Timothy, yeah, so even if you get 3 by 397, that's okay if that's an option. But please note, I will only double what you paid today. If you pay 3 by 397, I will only give you about $800 back in sales. Okay, just FYI, I want to be just like, listen, I don't want your money if you're not comfortable with it. So again, I'm making an offer that is fair to you and fair to me as well. That's it. Okay, if you have any questions, please ask, and I'll be happy to answer those for you. Okay, let me see more questions. Folks, anything you would like to know, please ask. Consider this traffic training from me a gift. If you are jumping in, remember, it's what you get from me today, including everything I promised already. And again, forget courses, forget training. They all work, they have their place. But I mean, look, I have seen people pay anywhere between $7 to $5,000 and not make money back. And I hate that feeling. I absolutely despise that. People spend that money, and sometimes it's their fault, sometimes it's our fault, but I hate it that people say, oh, we're not making any money because it didn't work for us. So I'm kind of taking you out of the equation. I'm basically saying that me be in charge, let me do best what I do, let me do what I do best, and I'll drive the sales for you. Of course, I would like you to still work because I can't build a 6-figure business for you myself. You have to do something there, but I will at least make this profitable for you in the next 12 months. And listen, imagine how much you can learn as you are getting sales from me every day. Imagine how many customers you're going to have, not every day, every month. Imagine how many customers you're going to have because of that. And again, if you pay the extra $300, my team does all the setup for you in your new Funnel Viewer / Kyview accounts. Okay. If I do want to upgrade from pack 2 to pack 3, how long do I have to get the 100% back bonus? Badra, you've got still 6 months. Again, if you bought it today, if you bought it yesterday, you have 3 months to get the 100% back. But the upgrade, the going from one pack to the other, so you can only go to pack 3 because of the complications involved in setting things up. So you can buy pack 1 or 2, but the only upgrade path is to pack 3, and you can do that within the next 6 months, if you'd like. Again, I want you to feel comfortable with how much you can spend. If you can't spend 2,997 right now, it's okay. Like, I just don't want you to stress about it. Spend 997, spend 1,297, whatever you have to. You've got 6 months to pay extra. But again, I will only double your investment if you're buying today in the next 6 months. That's it. Is it possible to set up on ClickBank? Yes, it is. But we don't do the setup there for you. You have to do your own setup on ClickBank. We will give you your sales pages, we'll give you sales videos, but if you want to do ClickBank setup, we don't do that for you. And actually, the problem is that you will still need to connect the IPN, so that will be custom development. But if it's within Kyvio, the IPN is already developed, you can start selling immediately. Okay. John, okay, I'll wait. John, if it's okay, I'll wait. So I'll make sure that we reserve a seat for you. Yeah, try PayPal. Yeah, 3.0 Graham is expected, like most likely not in the next 12 months. So we're looking at 3.0 potentially February 2021. And that's going to have like a lot more social media integration. I have to still talk to Islal about the specifics of it. So it'll be a bit more focused on social media, but a few other things as well that I can't disclose yet because we don't want people to copy the ideas. But, you know, we'll most likely have it in 2021, 2022, sorry. So after more than 12 months. Do you separate your affiliate sales generated with our sales if we do advertising? Sunny, that's for you to track. Again, depends on how you're doing it. If you're using Kyvio directly, there's no way to track it. I can find a way to do that though. I can talk to our CTO, and maybe we're using pixels and such. We can try and track if I'm driving the sales or if you're driving the sales. So I'll talk to our CTO and get back to you on that. But if you like, I would implore you to let me drive sales exclusively to one channel. Like, it could be that maybe, you know, you set up separate products for me and then you have separate products set up for paid traffic. So there's that clear distinction. So we can see what came from where. So yeah, we can do that. So you will just clone the products that we set up if you want to do any advertising, and that way, you know, you can track how much I have driven for you. Okay. Folks, any questions at all, please let me know and I'll be more than happy to answer still.
Jason, so you now basically have your own version of Content Gorilla. So yeah, you don't need to pay for the annual license anymore.
And when you, so Sunny, very good question. When you do get Kyvio to Funnelvio, similar thing, you get training in there as well how to set up products. So we'll set up the first batch of products for you already. You can easily see how to duplicate those. If you struggle, you can ask us. We can kind of guide you on what to do. So that's okay as well. So just FYI, I mean, this is your business. Listen, I'm giving you the plan. I'm giving you the digital assets. Heck, I'm actually doing the sales for you. In fact, I'm doing double the sales of what you invest today. And again, I explained to you where the win-win is. It's like, it's a bit like this. And I'm wary of using this example. Please don't, just look at this liberally, right? But you put in $1,000 in bank, and the bank says, in 12 months, I'll give you 2,000 back. And the bank takes guarantee. If the bank doesn't deliver, you can slander them. No, slander, you can slam them in social media. That's fine. That's what I'm giving to you, basically. Again, I'm not a bank. That's not how this works. It's an investment in yourself per se, but to give you the boost, I'm saying that in 12 months, I'll double your sales for you. My hope actually is that using advertising or content marketing, most importantly, you actually go 100x. Like, 2x is nothing. It's honestly like, I'm doing it for you, but 2x, if you were to only make 2x in 12 months, I'd be really disappointed. I'd be really, really disappointed. That would be just a wasted effort on your part. I mean, you still may have made money, but I would rather you do 100x. That's my sincere goal for you. Like, imagine this, right? In 12 months' time, you have your own content creation SaaS on which you have done 100x of what you put in today. So if you put in 1,000, you've done 100,000. If you put in 3,000, you've done $300,000 in sales because of all the upsells. Imagine that. Imagine if you now wanted to turn around and sell this on Flipper, on Empire Flippers or other sites. Just think about the profit from all of this. That's what I want to do for you. And, you know, white labeling works. Like Steve Harvey is one of my students, so he actually white labeled the product in, I think it was earlier this year in February, and he did $55,000 in a product launch with that. He did $20,000 that he took home, and he made an extra $2,000 a month on the back-end webinar. And he did all this while he was stuck in Thailand because of the whole COVID situation. It was just starting out. He's not the only one. Patrick Enyam, who's also one of my students, he runs a series of products called Copy Dino. He has done over the last 3 years $300,000 in sales. And listen, Patrick's from Nigeria. Before that, he was doing copywriting for $6 an hour. So he's come a long way. I've got another student whose name I can't say, but he's now a cash millionaire. Like, he's got literally cash in the bank, more than $1 million. I don't have that, right? So I'm kind of jealous of him, but that's the best way to be. Like, when the student overtakes the master, I hope one day you do the same. That's my sincere hope. So just so you know, someone asked, like, how quickly can we get started? As soon as you make your payment, my team will send you a form to fill in within 24 hours. I can tell you we already have done, send the form to yesterday's batch, and we already got responses. So we'll send you a batch within 24 hours. Once you complete it, we'll have your white label app set up within 7 days. So it'll take us 7 days to get your app set up. Sales pages will be done in another 7 days, and sales videos will be done by around 31st of December. That's our timeline at the moment. My goal is that you're ready to go big in 2021, that there's literally nothing stopping you from crushing your competition, crushing your income goals in 2021. Again, I don't know what your income goals are, but as long as they're in the 6-figure ballpark, I can help you. And I will start my sales machine at the end of most likely first week of January, when your sales pages are set up. But again, no, as soon as you get your white label app, you can already start selling manually. Like, you can collect payments via PayPal directly or any other system that you choose, and you will be able to start making sales that way. So you don't need to wait for me. I mean, it'd be really cool to go into your account and see, look, you already made like a couple of $100. I'd be really proud of you. Why wouldn't I? That's an incredible thing to do. So yeah, that's my hope. But again, please ask your questions. Ask me anything you want, and I'll answer that for you. While we wait for setup, what can we do to warm things up? Lynn, I like that enthusiasm. To warm things up, go through the entire funnel of Content Gorilla, depending on what you've purchased. Understand what the offers are like. Go through tutorials. Make sure you understand the app as well, just because I want you to be comfortable with that. You may have to demo it sometimes. You may have to talk about it to people. So be comfortable with that. Don't be surprised about, oh, I didn't know there was this feature as well. So get used to it, because this is now your app. You own it. You have 100% rights to it. So get comfortable with the app. That'd be my most important thing I can tell you. Next thing would be, if you have time, that is, I know like the holiday season is coming up, but just start thinking about what you're happy doing and what you're not. Like content marketing, with automation, I'm pretty sure you'd be happy doing. Maybe you'd want to, eventually when you make a certain amount of money, you'd want to hire an agency to run paid traffic, if that's what you want to do. Definitely think about what your product name would be. Think about your sort of tagline, if you want. Like, let's say you call it Content Alchemy. What would you say to someone? Like, if someone says, oh, what do you do? You'd say, I run Content Alchemy. Well, okay. What's your pitch? Your pitch is, we help bloggers create engaging content quickly. Something like that. Create your tagline, create your business ethos. That would really, really help. That would really, really help you. Like, trust me, it would make the world of difference. Okay, let me see. So Sunny, we never really had, I think, Sunny, I think Marvin or Andre can help you with that, okay? So Marvin or Andre can drop you an email address and you can talk to them privately about that, because we did send out reminders to people recently to kind of resubscribe to Mailview if you had a 12-month license. And again, we can get you at a really good price. So just reach out to Marvin or Andre. Could you please drop your address, our support address to Sunny, and we can help him out. How much traffic and how many sales will you send to our site per month for the 6 months to a year? Kemot, I'm basically in 6 months, I'm promising to make you your money back. In 12 months, I'm promising you to double your money back. So I don't know how much money you spend, but let's say if you spend $2,997, I'll basically drive you sales worth $2,997 in the next 6 months. I will guide you on the price. I mean, I recommend you stick to the price that we have. But even if you wanted to go up or down, it's okay. I can ask me for help and I can guide you. But I'm promising you to drive sales worth that. I don't know how many sales that actually amounts to, right? I think at $50 a piece, like our average. Okay, let me show you. This might be interesting to you. You can also see a question from Javier. Perhaps you can answer while I search for this.
So Javier, what basically Content Gorilla basically works with the subtitles of the YouTube videos. So if the video doesn't already contain subtitles, you won't be able to extract them. However, what you can do is that YouTube has a feature where they automatically generate the subtitles, right? So you can enable that feature and then YouTube will generate the subtitles for your video and then you can extract that.
Cool, thanks. So look, funnily enough, when I started this webinar, I think we were at 116,980 something. Now we've done like another $130 while I was talking. So that's pretty good. But okay, just to show you this, our average per sale has been $47. But that's like per unit sold, not per front-end customer, but per unit sold. If I look at our, let me just check, sellers dashboard. Let me just show you how many units we have sold of Content Gorilla 2.0. Give me 1 second. This page usually takes a while to load. And I'll open up the calculator as well. Okay, so we have, if I show you this one, okay, so we have 1,725 customers, 1,725 is the calculator. And total that we have sold is 117,110, 117,110, we have a 1,725. So per customer, the average customer value is about $68. And remember, a lot of that is recurring as well. So the average customer value is $68. So let's say if you were to spend $997, I'm basically saying approximately I'll send you 15 new customers, approximately. Then if you spend $2,997, I will approximately send you 44 new customers, right, on average. But if I'm doubling it, I'll send you more like 88 customers in the next 12 months, which again is like quite easy thing to do, to be honest with you. But that's why we have restrictions on how many people we can let in, because if a lot of people buy, then the number adds up. So it just means I got to pump in more money into the business myself, which is okay. I mean, we have that to do, but I only want the right kind of people in this. And for that as well, please note there is no refund policy to this. There's no, like, the only way you would get your money back is if I F it up for you. Like if in 12 months I haven't made double your money back, as I'm promising you, again, not in recordings, but like now, then you can ask for money back and I'll gladly pay you back and I'll take your business off your hands. Because this is not a course where you can just like, oh, I didn't like it, I'm gonna just give the money back. You know what you're getting. You have full transparency. I'm giving you all the time to ask any questions and you can ask anything difficult you want to as well. And I'll be happy to answer that. Now, the only way I can see myself failing at this, the only way, and this is important, is if I die. Not planning to, but if that happens, I don't know what's going to happen to the business, let alone you. I don't know. That's the only hypothetical in this that I can't guarantee you for. Okay. I can price it myself, right? Yes. And assume if the price lowers than, and if I price it lower than Content Griller website price, let's say to USD 10, then why would send me traffic and double my money? Sudeep, I would prefer you not to, like, listen, if I'm driving traffic, I'm going to tell you what to price it at. If you try and ask me to sell it at 10 bucks, I'm not going to do it because my list is not going to buy at 10 bucks. It's no offense, it's a crappy price. Now, if you want to lower your price, by all means do that for ad traffic, for your content marketing, whatever you want to do. For me, the minimum price I will sell this at is $27 because I sold it at 27 before. That's how we made $68 per customer. So I'm willing to double. Sorry, go ahead. Yeah.
And like we've been testing these price points over the past 2 years, so I don't see why you would want to price it any lower when this has the highest income potential. Like I would personally never suggest anyone to price their product lower than what it's worth. Why would you do that?
Okay, let me see. So Neil, I think this is a great opportunity because I know the integrity you bring to every product. Thank you. My challenge is that I don't know much about getting started. I mean, like I need some serious hand-holding. I work hard when I get it. Investing in you is a no-brainer. It's the coaching. Bob, I'll be honest with you. This is not a coaching package. I mean, I'm happy. I have a separate coaching package. If you have the money, I can charge you for it. I have no problem. In which case, you have one-on-one access to me whenever you want. But this is not it. Like I'm just being open with you because that will require a lot more of my time and effort. This is more of like, if you have questions, by all means mail us and I'll find the time to record a personal video for you and tell you, okay, this is what you should do. But I'm giving you enough training, hopefully to give you a roadmap of some sort. But if you really want handheld, and I completely understand that you do, that's a different thing altogether. And listen, if you're willing to work with me on that, I'm willing to, because if you're getting this, I'm willing to discount that coaching for you, but that will still be extra, just FYI. So if you're interested, let me know and we can talk about it. But this is the best I can do with this. I'm not the kind of guy who just says like, oh no, ask me a question anytime and I'll personally respond. I won't, because the business, I'm trying to set it up so it can run without me. But still, for coaching clients, I want to be there for them when they need one-on-one. This is me and as well giving you a done for you business. This is not coaching. If you need coaching, that's a separate thing. So I don't want you to spend your money here thinking, and this goes for anyone here, that now we own Neil for the next 12 months. You don't. You don't even own my time. But yes, I am promising to drive sales for you. That's what I guarantee. And again, I mean that with respect, by the way, just FYI. Which email will the form come from? It will probably come directly from Konstantin, who is our support agent. Okay, Bob, sounds good. Yeah, I think you actually booked the call. Yeah, of course, sorry. Yeah, we'll talk. We'll talk. Okay, absolutely, we'll talk. Badra, it should come from something at Kyvia. It might be support or might be Konstantin. I'm not sure what address Konstantin is using. Let me just check. I'll find out for you. You should state that as part of your conditions that it should not be sold lower than a specific amount to avoid a price war and devaluation of the product. I do agree, but listen, this is one thing I'm trying not to do. This becomes your product after this. If you want to just give it away for free, it's entirely up to you. I mean, you're not going to make any money, but that's your call. Like Ismail said, if you sell it at 10 bucks, you're not going to make a lot of money, and that's your call. I respect the fact that you're all adults here, that you're going to do what is right for your business, but I can't collectively control the price in this case because this is white label. This is not agency. This is not reseller. This is now your business. So you do what you think is right. And I can promise you, if you sell this for free, if you get it for free, you're not going to have a business. You're going to have a lot of annoying customers on your hands that are going to be like, oh, this doesn't work, that doesn't work, or you promised me this, or where's this bonus and that bonus? Which is why we charge what we charge, because we like you as customers, because you're good customers. You know, you literally, you come to these webinars and you ask amazing questions. Try and do that with customers that came in for free. Or
Good luck.
$10 customers. Yeah, it's not going to work. So again, I like to attract the kind of people with me, around me, that are good for my mind, for my happiness. And I hope you do as well. If you don't, that's really going to be problematic for you. Just FYI. John, try and send the direct payment to this. And Islal, if it does come through, I'll just sort it with you later.
Yeah.
So, John, just try and send a direct payment to this. I'm not sure, maybe it's like Thrivecard acting up, but yeah. Could you share that how is the inflation of price for software? Maybe a guide for us to know when we can start increasing the price of the software. Jason, the price of the software typically changes based on demand, really. Like the more unique your solution is, the higher you can price. Like if you think about, there's some industries out there for like shipping and such. People literally pay $100,000 a year for a SaaS, just to use SaaS, $100,000 a year. So it depends on demand and supply sort of thing. The model that I like to follow, Jason, maybe like, okay, I tried selling recurring for a long time. It didn't work for me, just recurring on the front end. It didn't do well for me. Okay, thanks, Marvin. So you can tell Badra that as well. But when I tried to sell recurring on the front end, it didn't work for me. It was difficult. Maybe I sucked at it, but it was just difficult. Okay, but when I started doing main offer at one-time price, then recurring upsell, sales just shot up. Like it was amazing. You know, over time we built really good recurring and have good cash flow as well. So that's what I would recommend to you. Of course, if you wanted to just go with recurring, do that. It's just a little bit risky. That's all. Like you don't know how it's going to go. I mean, it depends again who you're selling to, right? Someone actually said in Ijlal, actually you don't know this, that someone came to me and he said, I want to white label this, and before we even started, I can try and find that conversation for you. Just let me show you this. Islam, maybe you can answer the question and I can find the conversation and come back.
Sure. So Kent, why is there not a developer's license? I assume that agency license and developer's license are kind of the same, so you can, just go with the agency. I mean, if you could be more specific about what you're looking for, I might be able to help. So, I mean, initially, Unku, and I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing your name right, but initially what you want to do is you want to take care of support yourself. So that way you will have the idea of what's coming through your support, right? Once you do have that, you can simply outsource it. There are basically agencies that take care of that. Or you could simply hire an employee, a full-time or a part-time employee that can take care of you. There are, a lot of platforms out there to do that. Wow.
Okay, so yeah, I didn't tell you about that because I was waiting for it to materialize. And Vishal is actually an affiliate. He's not even a customer, he's an affiliate. And he said that he's working for Bajaj Finance Limited, which I don't know as well how much you know about Bajaj, but I think it's a big company in India, right?
Yeah, it's pretty big.
Okay. So he said that they might be interested, but he wants a special deal. Like he literally said, in that case, you may have to make the pricing premium because they have the capacity to pay. Like literally, this is what he said. This is absolutely crazy. And I must say, sometimes I struggle with that as well, but this is what he said. We may have to make the pricing premium because they have the capacity to pay. That's incredible. That's really, really incredible. But yeah, if you can sell the same thing for $997 a year, by all means do that. If you can do that, there's no reason why you should stick to a pricing that I'm imposing on you. But I'm just saying, like, if you ask me to make sales for you, I know what pricing works for me. I'll have to stick to that, and that's what my team will end up developing for you in your Skyview account, in your FileView account. Okay, cool. Yep, Padre, see in the next one. Jason, so I hope I answered your question, right? I hope that's okay. Jason, cool. If I want to use a software, another software, do you mean like integrate it? How do you mean? I'm a bit confused what you mean by that. Okay, John, got it. I think Marvin or Andre can sort that out for you. But did you try paying directly, John? Did that work? I think I gave you the PayPal address. Did that work for you? If it did, let me know, then we can kind of like, leave it at that. Okay, that
I
didn't work
still see
either.
we have.
Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
I still see we have like 50 people. So how about you all hiding in your hibernation camps? Come out and say something. I guess, John, it's best if you just, you know,
Hey, Sudeep, no worries, man. Not at all an awkward question. I'm really happy that you did. I'm happy to that you asked difficult questions because I need to be accountable to you after this. I can't just be a marketer who you hear from once a week, but you should be able to reach out to me anytime and ask for advice, ask for help. That's okay. Like, I'm not saying that I will personally do it, but I have the team, I have the capacity to have my team help you where possible. Okay. Let me just quickly do a quick roll call as well. So we've got AG, Alan, Albertus. I hope I answered your question earlier. Amanda, Babajide, let me know. Bob as well. Bob, are you still getting in or are you going to wait till we talk? Brandon, Dennis, Eric, Jeff, Graham, Jason. Jason, how about you? Javier, Jennifer, Jerry, Jim, John, I know you're having trouble getting in. John Lilly, John Lynn, lots of Johns actually, 5 Johns. Keith, Kent, Lawrence, Lynn, Mario, Matthews, Miran, Mike, Pat, Rajan, Ray, Robert, Sumer, Sunny. Let me know, folks. T, Timothy, Ungu, Wala, and Wojcik. Okay, John, it's okay. We'll wait, mate. We'll wait, mate. Okay, Bob, sounds good. Sounds fantastic. I'm already in, says Kent. Kent, that's great. That's great as well. Cool. I was just checking. So yeah. Last round of question, folks. If you have questions, great. If not, I'm going to go relax a little bit, and Constantine will be in touch soon to send you details about like the logo and stuff. We'll have that to you tonight, and we'll get our team on it soon. Okay, Sunny, that's okay, mate. That's perfectly fine. Maybe you could just share more on who can we target for the agency license? Should there be a campaign itself to sell agency license? Jason, really good question. So when it comes to agency, I would even recommend raising the prices and being picky. So for me, if you, for example, were to use me, I mean, Ijlal said we should sell at 197. I would actually raise that to 297. So for myself, for my traffic, just because I know you'll make money faster. But if you're going out to actual agencies there, you can try finding agencies that are doing content creation services for other people or content marketing services. And you can be like, look, we can set you up with like 100, 200 license. And each license would cost you, $2 a month. So if you have 200, you just pay 400 a month, right? That's what I would do in that case. That's what I would do. So you can even choose to like, hey, I'm only going to target agencies if that's what you want to do. It's perfectly okay. It's a good strategy to go in with, and it's going to help you set apart from everyone else. So you're not selling for like, $27, $37. You're going for like 200, 300 a month and above. So you can do that too. But then again, it's going to require different kind of selling. So yeah. One more question. Will this work with Samcart? I think it will connect to any blog. SamCart is a payment collection system. I mean, it's like Thrivecart. You can, of course, collect payments, but we don't have IPN with that, so you're going to have to create accounts manually. And of course, if you want IPN in that case, you may have to pay extra for the team to develop one. It's not going to be super expensive. Ijlal, is there any chance you can kind of estimate how much it would cost to create custom IPN for like things that we don't support at the moment?
So, I mean, mostly it would depend on how the card that we're going to use handles it. So that would, depend on how complex the code needs to be. But I would say it should be around around $300. I can't get it done for that much.
Okay, that's a $300 as well on top. That's not a lot. I mean, if you want automation, that's not a lot at all. So that's pretty good, I would say. Okay, cool. Any other question, folks? Are there Zapier connections? No, but you don't need any either. I don't think so. Like, it's just content creation, so you shouldn't need any more beyond that. Cool. Okay, Jason, I apologize, I made. So are you getting in as well? I know you had some really good questions. Just so I know, Jason says, many thanks, Neil. My time is totally worth staying awake till now. It's 2:35 a.m. here. I guess you're in like Australia or something. Sumer, do you have support for to-checkout? No, we don't, Sumer. I remember you did actually. I apologize for that. We don't have support for to-checkout. As Ijlal said, that's probably going to cost approximately $300, maybe a little bit less, maybe a little bit more. Yes, Sunny, it's okay, mate. Because you're on the webinar, I have your confirmation. You're on 200%. That's okay. That's okay, mate. It's actually a one-page sales page, so hopefully you can see from my SamCart page. Yeah, but I mean, it can work as well. Again, you're just going to need integration created like via IPN to do that custom job for you. But I don't see why not. I don't see why that can't work. So yeah, that's perfectly okay.
Yeah, so I'm sort of gonna break down and make the $300 that I just said it would be around, because the IPN is kind of complex, right? So it depends on what kind of pricing you're charging. If it's just a one-time price on purchase, we're gonna get a notification, and based upon that notification, we're gonna create the account, right? Then goes the email to them with the account details that is again customizable inside the app, that admin area. And then another thing we're going to be looking for is, let's say you're charging a monthly recurring pricing and someone cancels their subscriptions. What happens then? We'll have to pause their account, or we'll have to cancel their account or delete their account, right? And let's say someone issues a refund, right? Asks for a refund. So in that case, you will have to basically delete their account, right? So those are basically scenarios that you have to consider when integrating an IPN, right? So that gets a bit complex. It sounds easy, but it's not.
Yeah, and that's a fair question. And I want to make another point as well here, folks. I said this yesterday as well, and I'll repeat this for you too, that I'm really in your corner. And when I say it, I really, really mean it. So listen, if you're buying like a split pay option, $397 a month or something, let's say, realistically, if you stop paying after 3 months, for whatever reason, I mean, you are getting into an agreement that you continue paying, but if you stop paying, I won't be able to take your code in any way, right? But if that happens, we do take ownership of the software. Like, we take ownership of all the customers in that case, just FYI. So if you were to run ads and sell, but suddenly, you decide like, okay, I don't want to do this anymore, I want to quit and become a hermit, we'll just take over your business. We won't give you any money back for obvious reasons, but we'll take over your business because we don't want your end users to struggle with support and such. So we'll just adopt them ourselves. So that's just an FYI. Like, when I said I have your back, I really have your back, which means that in case you're not able to support your business anymore, we will. Most white label companies won't do that. Most white label companies will sell you software, and then they'll say, you kind of in this like for yourself. But I'm just saying that if for whatever reason your business collapses, like God forbid, I hope it doesn't, but if it does, we will take control. So your end users don't have to worry. So in a way, you can feel comfortable knowing that even your end users are sort of taken care of, no matter what happens. Timothy, there's no need to connect with an autoresponder in this case, but if you mean to collect leads when you sell within Kyvio 2, we actually don't have yet. I don't think we have that one integrated. We have Melvio, of course, but we don't have Sendio integrated, I think, if that's what you mean. But of course, CG2 doesn't need any integrations. So like we developed it that way because when you do integrations, you're always at the mercy of third-party tools. Really try to develop it in such a way so that we didn't have to worry about that at all. So yeah, that's been the goal. Let me just see one more thing. Yep. Cool. Okay, I think I'm gonna go. So it's been going on for a while. I'm happy to present, of course, but I'll take last series of questions if you have any. But if not, then we'll end the call. Like I said, I'll go chill out for a bit, but the team will be in touch with you soon to get you like all the details and such for logo and everything. Okay.
Yep. And thanks again, everyone, for showing up today. And you know, besides, even if you didn't pick up the white label package, I hope that you got something to learn out of the session today.
Yeah. Cool. And Sunny, just to answer you as well, will the list of sales I build in selling the white label version build in my Melvio? Yeah, they will. If you have an active Melvio account, they will automatically go into Melvio. So no problem about that at all. So any leads that any leads that I send, any sales that I send to you, they will go into your Melvio account. No problem. Cool, folks, that's it. I think I'll leave you with that. Have a great rest of the day. Team will be in touch, and then we'll slowly start rolling things out for you. Mehran, no worries, mate. Completely understandable. It's okay. It's okay. Like I said before, it's not for everyone, but if you have the money to spend, it's an investment. It's not an expense, it's an investment. And look, I think the end of the year is coming, at least in Finland, for taxes. So consider this a write-off, if anything else. So yeah. Should I get Melvio, Timothy? I would strongly advise, but I can tell you this, for anyone getting access to white label today, please reach out to us via support desk if you want Melvio. We can give you a sweetheart deal. So we can give you a really good deal that we don't offer anymore. But because, again, I appreciate the fact that you are getting this, we can give you like an amazing deal that you're not going to find anywhere else. So yeah, please reach out to us via support, Timothy, or Marvin can again drop you the address. Let me drop address for everyone. And we can give you that deal over there. Okay, cool. I think I'll leave it at that. Folks, thank you very much for your attention. I hope we were able to do your time justice. And I look forward to helping you.
Goodbye and good night, people.
All right. Thanks, everyone. Bye. Happy holidays as well to everyone.